and you can bet they're paying a hefty price for that. This happens around Europe. They have these mid-season tournaments, and they're a big deal. They are, and I think as American basketball is trying to, I just think, keep pace with a lot of things globally, trying to. Maybe this is their latest stab at it. I don't think the players care too much, especially not veteran players.
Yeah.
Younger players on their rookie contracts care a lot. But that being said, I'll watch the game. And, guys, I'm telling you, if you get a chance.
Which one are we looking at now?
This San Antonio team.
Oh, yeah.
They are coming. They are coming. And
everyone talks about Wemby. That Stephen Castle kid is a freaking baller, dude.
He is insane.
Yeah.
And then the Harper kid. I mean, they have their trio. They have their own organic big three. The way that they had with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. Phil. I mean, they are coming.
So what are they missing right now? Because I'm with you. I'm watching these games. They're flying around. They're young. They're hungry. I mean, you got Wemby, of course, who's going to be dominant for a very long time.
Yep.
What are they missing?
The only thing that they're missing is experience. They have what they need moving forward. And I'm telling you, hey, you want to watch a rivalry here over the next couple of years? You want to watch a rivalry over the next couple of years? And I would like to think that the Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder will have some legs to it. OKC and San Antonio, they are on the same timeline. The Nuggets are not. The Nuggets are significantly older than a team like San Antonio. Those two teams will be butting heads in the playoffs for years and years and years to come. And here's the kicker with it. We could actually have a old-fashioned rivalry in 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29 in a way that we don't now. And the reason is those two teams do not like one another. They don't like one another. And it came to a head a couple nights ago.
But why? Like, explain, because not everybody is watching Spurs right now.
Well, honestly, if you want to go deep with it, years ago, Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama went head-to-head in the finals of the World Championships under-19 team. And they've been compared to one another. And they don't like one another. And after the game the other night, Victor Wembanyama was asked about Chet Holmgren. And Wembanyama, at the end of his response, said, I love what we have going on here. I would not trade our situation for anyone's. And I love that we play ethical basketball, which is a trigger word against Oklahoma City, because people in the basketball community and beyond, really, maybe even more so from casual NBA fans, hate the way that Oklahoma City plays, specifically with the way that SGA earns a lot of his points.
Free throws.
And foul baiting, and they call it unethical basketball. So when Victor Wembanyama said that the other night, because they gave Oklahoma City their second loss the other night.
Oh, this is going to be a tough matchup for OKC, like you said.
Yes.
Just because of the talent on both sides when it comes to the Spurs and the Thunder.
Yes, and they play again here real soon, by the way. And that matchup, and I hope the Nuggets are around with this window of time long enough to be in a conversation with a rivalry against the Thunder. But I'm telling you, over the next decade, that matchup is going to be poisonous on certain nights because, again, it's old-fashioned. They genuinely don't like one another. So it's and San Antonio has done all the right things. We were talking about this yesterday with different organizations in football, and there are just organizations that are bad organizations, and they get lucky from time to time with different players or coaching hires, and they have these windows of success, but ultimately settle back into who they are.
I'm thinking about the Bengals when you say that for
totally,
the NFL.
Totally. But the Spurs are an organization that just does everything the right way. They're first class, and it was only a matter of time before, they started to hit on some of these players after their dynastic, era with Duncan and Ginobili and Parker and all those guys. They have them. They have a three-man trio that can win an NBA championship. And so, and what I'm seeing from them, like I watched them wire to wire two weekends back, and they took the Lakers, who were hot as anyone in the league, and they just dispatched them into the sun. I'm talking they were up 30 points.
Well, it's because they're so young, Zach, and so talented.
They are. And on that night, though, they did not have Wemby. They came into Denver, and beat these Nuggets without Victor Wembanyama. So Victor Wembanyama is the main ingredient, and he's the biggest centerpiece, but he is not a one-man show. They have hit on these two other players that it's like, holy smokes. So,
okay, I mean, but we're in it already, right? We're going to talk about the Nuggets today.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Thunder, Zach, and
yeah.
we know they're a wagon.
Yep.
Now we're talking about the Spurs. You have Wemby that's back in action. He's healthier. What does that mean for the Denver Nuggets, though? Because we're sitting here, and we're like, we have a chance to win another championship.
Yep.
But you start to look around, and we've said this before, you don't start looking at your neighbor's lawn. But you got the Thunder that's like, hey, it's immaculate over there. Then you have the Spurs. They're starting to kind of catch up, and they're battling with the Thunder. But then you have the pesky Nuggets.
Yep.
And it's like, is this truly a year where they could win this championship? Or are we just trying to manifest it knowing that, like, it's going to be hard to get there?
They can definitely win the NBA championship this year. They can. Couple things, though. They have to be 100% healthy. They have to be 100% bought in a way that they have not been the last 2 years, and especially last year. Last year was just so off for so many reasons, and it feels like they have recentered themselves. And when you have prime Joker and you have Jamal going the way that he has this year as a true Robin, and he's going to be an all-star, okay? Jamal Murray is good. That's going to happen.
Turning it up.
He is. He's been great, and you have these guys who are all in their prime at the same time. They definitely have a chance. But I would just put incredible emphasis on the idea that, man, they have to do it like this year because the window is not the same as it was in 2023. Jokic, his age now starts with a 3 and not a 2. And you have these collection of veterans. I don't know what the future is going to be in that department. So, yeah, they definitely have a shot. But, like right now, if they matched up with San Antonio in the playoffs, it would go 6 or 7 games. I'm pretty confident in that. But I think the Nuggets would win.
Because of the experience.
Because of the experience. If they match up next year, I don't know if my answer would be the same. I just don't know. I just legitimately don't know. So we'll see how it evolves and what kind of scars they can accumulate. But here's what I know for sure. That Spurs team is coming. And I feel incredibly confident over the next 10 years that organization will win an NBA championship with their 3-man core that they have going. And so it's just like the time is now for the Denver Nuggets. The time is now. And you see them outlast Houston last night. Man, what a gritty win that
right
was.
There, man, that was dramatic. That was dramatic. And shame on you if you did not watch that game. The back and forth, the 3-point shooting.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, the stars showing up. It was KD. I mean, it was Jokic going at it versus baby Jokic. I mean, come on, Zach.
Yes. Dude, our first year of doing radio together, it was a Nuggets against Houston, and I remember saying, guys, please focus on this young player from Turkey named Alperen Şengün.
I remember.
And what he has developed into is remarkable, and he's not scared. He goes right at Joker. And that Houston team is going to be serious, but I do not think they have the arsenal to beat the Nuggets 4 times in a 7-game series. But that was a hell of a win. And you talk about the stars shining. The shot making at the end of regulation and overtime was insane.
The back and forth.
It doesn't then you watch college basketball, it doesn't even look like the same sport. I mean, just the level of shot making in the NBA is insane. And you have to include, you talk about stars shining, definitely true. But how about someone like Spencer Jones on a 2-way contract? Like
undrafted.
Huge minutes, huge shot making down the stretch of that game. That was arguably the best win of the year for the Denver Nuggets.
No, I mean, you can even say the dramatic part is you had JV and Jokic go out with foul trouble.
Correct.
In OT.
Yeah.
And you had to go with Brucey B.
Yeah.
Like you're
crazy.
For David Alman to have the balls to say, you know what, we're going with a different type of lineup to end this game.
Yep.
Find a way to win it at the end there.
Yep.
Come on.
That was a stellar win. And from just a entertainment value, 10 out of 10. Just absolutely. First time in NBA history, 2 centers had a triple-double in the same game. It's nuts. Nuts. Okay, speaking of basketball, how about this? Does Sean Payton need to borrow an old page from Phil Jackson? Talk about why next.
For the second straight season, the Broncos are headed to the postseason. Under the leadership of Greg Penner, Sean Payton, and George Payton, the Broncos have reestablished themselves as legitimate contenders. Say it loud, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos are back. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening right now who are thinking about popping that question. And you know you need a diamond. So right now, I'm going to save you time and money by telling you this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for that perfect diamond engagement ring, or that ultimate holiday gift, or hey, just because that special somebody really deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you could imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cheer Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Toyotathon is on at Corwin Toyota. Save big when you lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for just $369 down and $369 a month, or drive off in a new 2025 RAV4 XLE for as little as $399 down and $399 a month. Unwrap your holiday savings during the Toyotathon sales event. Visit us off Pearl Parkway or shop online at CorwinToyotaBoulder.com. Corwin Toyota, family driven for over 100 years.
Now, more than ever, you're thinking about what's important to you in your life. One thing keeps coming to the top of your list. This is Glenn Jamron for Alpine Bank, member FDIC. You've been thinking about the importance of home this Christmas. Alpine Bank hopes you'll put the well-being and good health of your own home and your own community first and foremost. Please shop locally. Stores are filled with friendly people eager to help you. Alpine Bank is certain you'll find everything you're looking for. This is your home. You are its lifeblood. Let's remember the good advice of a little girl named Dorothy, who once said in The Wizard of Oz, "There's no place like home." Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off
and rolling here on a Tuesday, December 16th. We are inside of 10 days until Christmas Day. And with that, I'll tell you, Merry Christmas, Mr. Phillip Lindsay.
Woo! Merry Christmas, man. Hopefully the Grinch is not coming around the corner for us, for our football team, and for us in general. All right, I don't want the Grinch stealing my presents, my kids' presents, so stay away.
Well, it doesn't feel like the Grinch has the address to Dove Valley or Mile High because...
Not enough snow, Zach.
Dude, the Broncos are too hot. Broncos are too hot.
I love it.
It gets close, and then it just dissipates. I mean, goodness gracious, 11 wins in a row. It's still, I found myself saying it in my head today, what we've been saying yesterday and last week. Like, we are single-digit days away from Christmas, and the Broncos lost a game when they were double-digit days away from Halloween.
See, that's insane. And they lost back-to-back games because it was the Colts and it was the Chargers.
Right. After
that, they decided to do a meeting, kumbaya session, whatever they did, got together, and they've been hot ever since. They haven't looked back. And I said it last night. They forgot how to lose. The Denver Broncos, that is. They forgot how it feels to lose. And they want to keep this train going. They want to keep this same energy, this same feeling inside of Victory Mondays and being able to be happy in that building. And we've talked to people in the building about how Sean Payton is when he's not happy, how Sean Payton is when they're losing or his offense isn't doing well. Everybody has to walk on eggshells, from the janitors to the coaching staff, hell, maybe even Greg Penner at times, because Sean wants to win that bad. But now that they're on this win streak and everything seems like it's on the up and up and they're getting better, the offense is getting better, special teams is getting better, and defense is staying pretty sturdy. I mean, how could you not be happy inside if you're Sean Payton?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I hope that he is, and this is like a weird thing to say, I hope that Sean Payton is enjoying this ride, because this one right here is so unique, and he can be so...
tightly wound.
Yeah, you want to know what? I think that's the perfect way to put it, Phil. He is so tightly wound, and it comes from a place of competition and really obsession. But life is short, and you should enjoy the climb. You know, when you go for a hike, it's not just about taking a selfie at the summit, right? Like, you should enjoy the process of doing the thing that you love.
Yeah.
And I hope he is, because, and I'm saying that because he has mentioned in years past, like, he had the quote from his first season here, you know, why can't I be happy? And, you know, I'll tell you, there are times where I feel like that myself, where I'm like,
there's a lot of times, Zach, where you're at home and you're thinking, like, why? Like, you can have everything too, right? Everything seems to be going right.
Right.
And yet you don't feel happy.
Yeah. And so I can sympathize with that. But at the same time, I hope there's pockets or moments for Sean where he is, doing the proverbial stop to smell the flowers.
And, you know, it's hard because it is Sean Payton, and Sean Payton knows that the ultimate goal is winning a Super Bowl. And he has been to the mountaintop. He has won a Super Bowl, but also in his career, he has had teams that should have won a Super Bowl and came out short multiple times.
Yep.
So I think for him, it's like, let's just keep it going. Let's just keep a steady head. And every time we step in the building, we're trying to go 1-0. Even himself, where it's like, I don't want to get over my skis. I don't want to overhype this, knowing how hard it is to win these playoff games, knowing how hard it's going to be to beat Jacksonville. So I think he's just keeping everybody in the moment. Be where your feet are and move on to the next when it's time. But for Sean, like, enjoy this. You called your shot. You have built this team up. You have built a different culture. Handpicked your coaching staff. Handpicked your quarterback. You have a great ownership group. Everything that you want is right here. It has fallen into your lap, because also you weren't the number one guy that they were looking for, but you were the right guy that they needed. Right? They needed you, and now you're doing your part. Just enjoy it. Enjoy this ride.
All right, good stuff. And Trung on the RamosLaw.com text line says, fellas, the Broncos are the Grinch. It's not that the Grinch is coming to Denver. No. The Broncos are the NFL's Grinch right now. I like that, Trung. I like that. Appreciate you texting in. RamosLaw.com text line is open, 303-713-1043. I said going into the last commercial break, does Sean Payton need to borrow an old page from Phil Jackson? All right. And I mentioned yesterday, Mondays we typically are reacting to the big picture stuff. Then you get to the Tuesday leftovers and start to, talk about individual players. And I mentioned yesterday we needed to spend some time today talking about Riley Moss for obvious reasons, right? And when I say, does Sean Payton need to borrow an old page from Phil Jackson? Phil Jackson, the Zen master, was great at planting these seeds publicly into microphones for the officials. And they'd have a game one in a 7-game series with the Bulls or the Lakers, and he would not like the way that the game was officiated, and he would draw a hard line after the game, and he would not be shy. If it meant he got fined, it meant he got fined.
Yeah.
But he was going to set the stage for the next game. And
he had his players back.
Yep, and he was going to frame it the way that he wanted to frame it. And I think that needs to take place right now. This is Sean Payton on if Riley Moss is developing a reputation with NFL officials.
Look, he continues to compete. I can't say the word, but it begins with an A relative to that call. It just, holy cow. And it's something that's frustrating, I'm sure, for him. But he'll keep competing. He's tough. Came back with a big interception. The one in New York was brutal, but he'll keep competing. We've got to get better in overall at seeing and being consistent officiating those calls.
Okay, so that is being very diplomatic about this.
Yeah.
And he said, there's a word I want to use that starts with an A. I'm not going to use it because why not? Well, you're probably going to get fined if you use it. And I'm just assuming the word he's thinking of is asinine.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say, what word is that?
Yeah, I'm just assuming it's asinine. I can't think of anything that would match this circumstance better than asinine. But here's my thing. This has developed into a storyline. People around the NFL world are commenting on this on social media during these games.
Yeah.
Riley Moss is getting picked on a bit, okay? And he is not being given the benefit of the doubt, all right? So if it's close, they're throwing it at him. Sean Payton, you are the second highest paid coach in the NFL. You make almost $1 million a game. You need to come out and take a page from Phil Jackson, give some of that money back to the league that they're so anxious to take out of your pocket, you especially.
Oh, but they're waiting for that.
They are. And he needs to give it to him because he needs to come out and blast what is happening right now to his player, have his players back. You get, again, only Andy Reid makes more than you. You make $20 million a year. Have Riley Moss's back and not put words back into your pocket that you actually want to use. Use them.
But see, this is, and I feel like, you were really emotional with this, and Sean should be as well, because this is his player, and they are picking on him. Like, Riley Moss has done a great job this year, but yet you go and you look at these tweets, and it's like, fire Riley, bench Riley. Why? Why? The man's having a breakout year if you just take a step back and really watch what this man is doing.
Yes, Phil.
In his first year as a true starter who has been able to stay healthy for the whole year, knock on wood. But what Sean has to be careful with is referees are human beings. They don't forget. And when it comes down to the end of games, when it comes down to the playoffs, you don't want to have a situation where you do piss them off, because there's nobody holding these refs accountable, Zach. They can make a bad call, and they're going to go home and they get to live with it. Now, they're going to come back the next day and say, we made a bad call, but are they getting fined? Do they get suspended? No, they don't. They just go on, and it ends up affecting the team, and it ends up affecting Sean in winning. So Sean understands that, and I think that's why Sean's still kind of being careful of what he says. We all know it's bad. Riley knows it's bad. His teammates know it's bad. But what can you do but to continue to go to work? And Riley is getting better. And Riley is putting in that work when it comes to his technique, when it comes to eye placement, hand placement, making those plays. Finally has an interception. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at Riley ranks top 5 in the NFL when it comes to tackles. We're talking about a cornerback making the tackles as a cornerback. All right, he ranks top 5 when it comes to pass deflections. All right, so he's getting the pass deflections. Now he has that interception. So he's doing the right things. He's going to have to do what Garrett Bowles had to do.
Yeah.
You have to weather the storm. because at some point they are going to stop picking on you once you kind of establish yourself. So just keep going, and I think that's what Sean's trying to do. Is just let's keep establishing this. Riley is out there making good plays. Now, if I'm Sean, I'm on the phone. I'm talking to the head referee or the head cast, whoever it is, to get to the bottom of this, because it cannot continue to happen, because it's going to cost us a game. And it's not because of Riley Moss.
Well, that's definitely two different approaches. Approaches. Agree to disagree on this one. Great stat on Riley Moss on the PBUs or pass deflections, 4th in the NFL. And chances are, if I asked a trivia question to folks around the nation, hey, who among these guys has more pass breakups? Riley Moss, Quinyon Mitchell, Dante Jackson, Pat Surtain, and Derek Stingley Jr. I doubt many people would answer Riley Moss, and that's the correct answer. Okay, shifting gears here just a little bit. During the course of Sunday's win, we were served a reminder from a very important Denver Bronco, and we'll talk about him next.
The win streak rolls on. Bo Nix in the offense came alive and led the Broncos to a victory over Green Bay. Has Sean Payton established an identity that can lead the Broncos to Super Bowl 60? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. On behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there, we're getting ready to turn the page to a new year, all right? And for many of us, it's time of deciding to make some positive changes in our lives, our New Year's resolution. Guys, there is no better resolution that you can make than to ditch erectile dysfunction, all right? ED is a medical condition, and like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. And my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, guys, they have treatments with success rates well over 90%, all right? They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They're not new. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men, just like you, who had the courage to pick up the phone or go online. So schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. The initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. It's real simple. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is completely free, guys. All right? Expert staff? Check. 5 locations in Colorado to serve you? Check. Stop living with ED. Call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I'm going to be blunt. If your windows are drafty, sticking, or leaking, cold nights are costing you money. In January, they'll cost you even more. Window prices are going up. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is locking in 2025 pricing, but orders must be placed by December 31st. Don't let 2026 price increase punch you in the wallet. Order by December 31st or you're paying 2026 prices. Go to windowsforyourhome.com or call them at 303-794-0490.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket ahead of the holidays. That's possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low fives. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call now before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the fives start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi.
Taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UCCS with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
During the course of Sunday's win, we were served a reminder from a very important Denver Bronco. And
you got served. Remember that movie?
I never saw it.
It's a good one.
I know like everyone like saw it.
Yeah,
I'm like
that's a good one.
Yeah, I just never saw it. Is it a dancing movie?
It is. It's a dancing movie, and it's fun. It's a fun one. It has a little seriousness to it. I mean, back in the day, I thought I was a dancer. I thought I was a break dancer.
Yeah.
I was in there spitting on my head, hair falling out. I was good.
Yeah, and it was a huge hit. It was a huge hit of a movie. What was my favorite dancing movie growing up? It was with Julia Stiles. Not Save the Last Dance. It's what's it called? Oh my gosh, is it Save the Last Dance? With Julia Stiles and...
Yeah, I want to say it is, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Save the Last Dance. I loved that movie.
That was a sad one. That was with the mom, right? The mom ends up passing at the beginning, and she's a ballerina, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yes, and it's like white girl, going into the urban environment, and like I just remember it very, very, very well. I used to love that movie. But we were served a reminder of a very important Denver Bronco. All right. And I'm talking about Courtland Sutton. And for about a month there, I was really banging the table, Phil, that the Broncos were leaning away from Sutton, your former teammate, to the detriment of this offense. And I don't know what happened over there, but the last 2 games, they have reestablished him as the top wide receiver, and he made him look pretty smart on Sunday by doing it.
You know what happened was Bo Nix got a little smarter. Bo Nix said, I'm going to stop messing around, and I'm going to get my number 1 receiver involved, a guy that I can rely on, a guy that I don't have to wait for. I know that what Courtland's going to do. In zone, he's going to find that honey hole. They call it the sweet spot, the honey hole, and I can get him the ball. If it's man-to-man, Courtland Sutton's going to find a way to beat that man off the line of scrimmage, right? We call it a great release, and I'm going to give him an opportunity for these 50-50 balls. And you're starting to see Bo Nix hit Courtland Sutton on back shoulder passes.
Yep.
Why is that? The chemistry is there. Courtland Sutton it's not like he just disappeared. He's been there. And Zach, you and I both have watched film and came back and said there's times where Courtland is open and Bo Nix is trying to get Troy Franklin involved. Bo Nix is trying to get Pat Bryant involved. That's fine and dandy. You get your players involved, and Bo has done a great job of getting this ball around. But when things hit the fan and you need a first down, you got to have Courtland Sutton involved. All right, and when third downs come along, Courtland Sutton is available. That's
or fourth down.
Fourth down, Courtland Sutton's available. Why? He's a big body receiver. He knows angles. He knows his body, and he's a sure-handed guy. Now, of course, he's going to have a couple drops. That's just the NFL. But overall, my man is focused, and I'm talking about Courtland Sutton. That is, he's focused, and he wants to win. And he's a great leader, Zach. So I'm happy that Sean Payton, Bo Nix are getting Courtland Sutton, your number one receiver, who you're paying a lot of money for, involved again.
Yeah, 10 targets in back-to-back games. 10 against the Raiders in that 24-17 win, 10 targets against the Packers. You have to go back a month and a half, almost 2 months actually, to the previous 10-target, double-digit target instance. But we've had Sundays where, Courtland Sutton has like 3 targets, 4 targets, and that's unacceptable. And they are reestablishing him as the true number one. And again, he goes for 7 catches for 113 yards, averaged over 16 yards a catch on Sunday against Green Bay, and had the explosive play in the first half.
He's good, man. Courtland is just good. Now, is he elite, like people want to say? In his own way, you can say yes, because he finds ways to get involved. He finds ways to come down with the tough catches. He finds ways to become a big target, make big-time plays when it matters the most. That's, to me, what an elite receiver does. Now, does he have the breakaway speed and the yards after catch like that we want? No. But even this year, Courtland Sutton has done a better job. Now, it may not look like it on the stats when it comes to yards after catch, but when you're watching these games, picking up an additional 5, 6, 7 yards, breaking that one tackle, you're seeing it a little bit more with Courtland Sutton this year. And then his route running ability is just different now. All right, he improved last year, and this year the releases are different. He's getting off the line of scrimmage. He's quick. I want to say he clocked in at one of his catches at 23 miles an hour.
Is that right?
Yes, 23 was one of the bombs or a fade route on the left side, outside on the left sideline that they clocked that in. So I don't know if that's correct. I would have to go back and see what they're doing for that. But he moves faster than what people think, and he's long, he's rangy, 6'4", and he's tough. He's a leader of this team, and he keeps everybody focused. Even Bo Nix, when things kind of start to kind of get wild, you see Courtland Sutton over there talking to Bo Nix, saying, "Hey, get me involved. It's okay. No matter what goes on, I'll be ready to play. I'll be your safety blanket. Just get me the ball."
Well, I remember saying in the offseason, and I got a bunch of heat for it on social media, and Dan Jacobs calling me crazy on the weekends, but when he signed that extension, and I was thrilled at the price point at the time, because I remember there was conversations like, hey, could Courtland be making 30-something million? I'm like, whoa, let's.
That was your only thing with Court, is the money, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to. I wanted the awareness from him and his camp to where his standing, and then have the big. It's going to be a big boy contract, but I was like, man, it made me feel uncomfortable getting up into the 30s. It never got close to that. He wants to be a Bronco for life. All right. He probably could have gotten more if he stomped his feet or, hit the open market or what have you from a team maybe like a Buffalo or something like that. And I remember saying, I think this guy is going to be in the Ring of Fame one day. If he plays out this extension, I think he's going to be in the Ring of Fame one day. Because at that time, I remember having the conversations with you. It comes with the assumption that he's your number one wide receiver. He's going to continue to produce, and the Broncos are ascending, and he's going to be a part of winning teams here. And we're seeing that. And would you believe on Sunday afternoon, Courtland Sutton passed Ed McCaffrey to go into the top 5 on the all-time Broncos receiving list. And
he's not done yet.
He's not close to done. He could play here for another 3-4 years.
I didn't even talk about this year. He has 3 more games.
Oh, sure.
Even to get to like 1,000 yards.
Oh, yeah. He'll get there.
He's at 886, and he has 3 more games to do it. And then, like you said, the contract has not kicked in yet. He is going to be here for an additional 4 years and find himself maybe at the top or close to the top by the end of it. And the Denver Broncos are winning games now. He's for sure, as long as he can continue to do what he's doing, stay healthy, and Denver wins, he for sure is going to be in the Ring of Fame.
Yeah, and he's been a fantastic Bronco. And when there's a gotta have it down, Bo Nix looks to number 14. And now Courtland Sutton is top 10 and really has been top 10 in everything in Broncos history. Catches, yards, touchdowns. And now he's approaching top 5 in almost everything and is there in yards. Crazy.
All else fails, get 14 the ball.
Yep. All right. Why did last night's Nuggets win remind me of a novel from the 1960s? That's next.
The Broncos went toe-to-toe with the Packers and walked away with their 11th straight win. Has the path been cleared for Denver to secure the number 1 seed in the AFC? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and White Claw at Mile High Station on Sunday, December 21st from noon to 2:05 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and White Claw. White Claw, grab life by the claw.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cudarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cudarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cudarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you in RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cudarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
If you've been injured in Colorado, you want Wilhite. After an accident, you want Colorado's accident experts on your side, the Wilhite Law Firm. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Why did last night's Nuggets win remind me of a novel from the 1960s?
This is a ZB hit right here, huh? Jay-Z.
Yeah, so actually this song, this is, turn that up a little bit. Yeah, so this is old Jay-Z. This is the Blueprint 3. And I use this song as a reference, as a reference point from my Albany days. When I was doing the radio in Albany, it was at this station called 104.5 The Team.
Okay.
And boy, oh boy, when I came to Denver, I had to write down manually 104.3 The Fan.
Because it was just so stuck in your head.
Yes.
The team.
And 104.5. And this is 104.3.
Yeah.
So I was just determined not to make that mistake because for a few years, I was, 104.5 The Team. And but when that song came out, I used that song as a avenue for a phrase that I called a reminder game. Because that song, now that song's 15, 20 years old or whatever it is. It's Jay-Z. The name of it is called Reminder.
Yeah.
And what he does in the song is he addresses all the new up-and-coming hip-hop artists who are on the scene and flashy and new and like the hit of the moment. And he's like, hold on. Remember who I am.
Yeah,
like
back up.
Let me itemize everything that I've done in my career and compare me to the people that you're in love with right now. And he's got just a couple it's just legendary. Jay-Z's impact on pop culture, on fashion, this guy, and I could go on and on about it, but back-to-back double plat, I did what you won't. Oh. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Oh,
and he just eats up. I used that song back in my days of doing the Albany, New York radio, of saying, hey, this is a reminder of who this person is. And that was supposed to be for the Courtland Sutton segment of like, hey, yeah, Troy Franklin's on the scene. Got it. Marvin Mims, got to get him more involved. Pat Bryant is coming. All this stuff. But don't forget. And he just gave you a little reminder on Sunday of who he is. Talking about Courtland Sutton.
Well, I'll tell you this. With the Denver Nuggets, you could say the exact same thing with the double trouble in Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Totally.
Throwing out a little reminder, like, don't forget who we are when it comes to this two-man game.
I love that. And I'll say this. There was a novel from the late 60s that turned into a movie starring John Wayne, and then it was redone 15 years ago in 2010. It was Haley, Josh's wife. What's her name? Haley Steinberg, is it? Is that her name? Haley Steinberg?
Steinfeld?
Is it Haley Steinfeld? I'm not sure. I don't follow any pop culture stuff. But it was her first movie, and it starred Matt Damon and Jeff Bridges. And that novel and that movie and the name of it reminded me of the Nuggets win last night. The name of the novel and movie is True Grit. And last night, that was a gritty regular season win that went to overtime against one of the league's top teams in Houston, and Jokic fouls out, Jonas Valanciunas fouls out, and
no Payton Watson.
No Payton Watson. He gets knocked out 6-7 minutes into the game. You're without Christian Brown. You're without Aaron Gordon. And you just have to somehow, through grit and determination, figure it out. And they did. And in a weird, roundabout way, I was proud of that basketball team last night.
No, I was excited to watch that game. I mean, if you didn't, I said this earlier, if you did not watch that game, then you did a disservice to yourself. That was a high-flying, a bunch of points being scored, or the stars shining, even the depth players coming alive. Like, you wanted to see an action-filled game. That was the game for you with last night. And when Jokic was in the game and not in foul trouble or fouled out, he was the man of the hour. But then Jamal Murray, his partner in crime, doing his thing, being more aggressive, getting the points, not just from the three, but from the free throw line. He was slashing. He was finishing at the rim. Everything you wanted for Jamal was on display. But what I was most proud of with Jamal Murray, and I know we're going to talk about the game as a whole, but I had to go into Jamal because he's playing like an all-star.
He is
the way that he's getting the separation,
yes.
the ball handling.
Yes.
He's like a magician right now when he's slashing and getting to the rim, but it's the separation he's getting while he's getting to the rim, and he's finishing at the rim. That's something that Jamal Murray was lacking last year and the year before that, but he's a lot healthier. He has a different mindset, and it's helping Jokic out. Now, with the whole entire game, I was proud of just the team. Brucey B coming up big.
Yeah.
All right, Spencer Jones.
How about this guy, man?
The young man who's on a two-way contract, who's undrafted, coming up big with 2 3-point shots when you need him to come up big. Like,
Just
what are we
massive.
doing here?
Dude, those were massive. And his shot, Spencer Jones' shot, and you guys know this from watching the games, man, it's janky. It looks crazy. It looks crazy, but a lot of times they go in.
It works for him.
It doesn't look like the shot of a shot maker. But you know who was like this back in the day? This is going to be a deep cut. Hedo Turkoglu for the Sacramento Kings. Yeah. He would bring the ball across his face, and it looked crazy. But over time, it's like he just earned trust. He's like, yeah, that guy can. He's a capable shot maker. That's kind of how I look at Spencer Jones. Because here's what happened with Spencer Jones last night too, and he's been in the mix. Like you guys know this, who are in the trenches with this team. But now he's being asked to do more and more. And Payton Watson goes out of the game. Payton Watson is like the KD stopper. I think he guards Kevin Durant as good as anyone in the NBA. Spencer Jones took on that assignment. Man, I thought he did a good job. So just really, really awesome. I thought signature win for the Denver Nuggets to bring them to 19-6, best start in franchise history, and get that taste out of their mouth of losing at home after losing 4 straight. That was I thought, arguably the best win of the NBA or their NBA season thus far. Okay, you want to hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line? You can, 303-713-1043. What are the updated numbers on the Broncos' chances to be the number 1 seed in the AFC? How about playing in the AFC Championship game? How about the Super Bowl? We'll give you those. Also, if Bo Nix and the offense catch nothing but green lights down the stretch, could it lead to something unforeseen? We'll tackle it all next.
For the second straight season, the Broncos are headed to the postseason. Under the leadership of Greg Penner, Sean Payton, and George Payton, the Broncos have reestablished themselves as legitimate contenders. Say it loud, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos are back. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if more reliable didn't mean more expensive? With Xfinity, you can get reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi for less. We're talking intelligent gig-speed Wi-Fi for $50 a month. This holiday season through January 4th, Xfinity is offering their best price on gig-speed Wi-Fi, guaranteed for 5 years. No contracts, no strings attached. You could save $3,000 over Verizon and AT&T. Imagine getting super fast Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. Get everything you need from Xfinity, their best Wi-Fi equipment, and even unlimited data, all included at their best price. Get ready to be wowed by your Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary. Savings based on promo and post-promo prices for 1 gig internet, 1 unlimited line, and Peacock Premium versus Verizon 1 gig internet and AT&T 1000 internet and 1 unlimited starter SL line.
Dan Jacobs for 303 Law 4040, and I'm here with that beautiful voice you hear on the other end of the phone oftentimes when you call 303 Law 4040. It's my lovely wife, Kimberly. Kim, I know you and I had so much fun the other day. We actually met with a couple that had been in an accident up north in their house the other day, and Randy was so excited. He's like, I can't believe it. It's the lovely wife. She's right here in my kitchen.
He's too kind. It was really great to meet him and his wife and his pets and just be able to help them.
I think it helps that when you answer the phone, when people call 303 Law 4040, it makes things, I know calling a lawyer can be scary, but I don't know, your soothing voice just makes it a little bit easier.
Well, I just want to help. That's all. And I know how to do that.
I love the holidays. I always like to wish our listeners happy holidays. Would you like to do so as well?
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful new year.
And I hope you never need us, but just in case, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastry at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here. I want to make sure you know about Step Denver, a residential peer recovery program right here in the ballpark neighborhood. Step Denver helps men recover, learn how to stay sober, and put the pieces of their lives back together. There is no cost. They don't bill insurance or Medicaid, so men can get into the program the same day. I'm talking to the men out there, or maybe a friend or family member who is struggling with addiction. Step residents work full-time jobs and put the tools they're learning into play daily, building a solid foundation and savings before leaving the program. I've met men who've been through Step Denver, and I can tell you it works. Step Denver's program of sobriety, work, accountability, and community is a proven formula that leads to long-term outcomes that double the national average. Their staff have walked the same hard road to recovery. They've been there. They know what it's like, and they know what it takes. Are you ready for help? Visit stepdenver.org for more info. You want to help? Step takes no government funding and relies on private donations. You can be part of the solution at stepdenver.org. The door to a better life is open.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at Denver Sports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us and start growing your business today.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. You want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UCCS with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. We just spent the commercial break going down a Stanford basketball rabbit hole.
Yeah, like any of us could get into Stanford.
Heck no.
Oh, man. I wish.
No. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Spencer Jones, and I saw a RamosLaw.com text from Rick in Littleton talking about how prolific of a shot maker he was at Stanford, and I knew that. But I didn't know he was like amongst like all-time leaders.
Especially with that shot.
Especially with that shot, yes. And I told a story, man. I used to watch basketball, man, until like 2 o'clock in the morning when I'd visit my father. And these games would come on at 10:30 at night, and sometimes later, and you'd have these holiday tournaments, or they'd be like in Hawaii or something, and these games would be starting at midnight. And I remember watching Stanford basketball, and these two 7-foot brothers, and I saw one of them go for a triple-double in the middle of the night, and I must have been the only person in New York State watching, and his name was Brook Lopez. And he and his brother Robin end up spending years and years and years in the NBA and start talking about, the Collins brothers and all that stuff. So
shout out Spencer Jones, Mr. Jones.
That's good. Might have to get that on the iPad if he keeps on playing this well. All right. What are the updated numbers? So we've been doing this in the middle of the week during football season for years. Okay.
Waiting for this moment.
Right. Like
at this moment.
Like literally. And so we draw from the analytics from ESPN's Football Power Index, FPI, where you guys know the drill. They gather every data point known to mankind concerning the game of football, put it all in the simulator, simulate the season thousands and thousands of times, and it spits out these numbers, all right? The Broncos' new projected win total. Now, I have to get specific here, and I usually try to stay away from decimals when doing sports radio. But in this case, I'm going to. The Broncos' projected win total is now 13.7 wins.
Cecil was right.
So, I mean, at this point, like we round up, right?
Yeah.
We round up. I mean, you're talking about a 14-3, essentially, projected record for the Broncos.
Zach, they got 3 games left. The Denver Broncos have 3 games left. If they only win one more of the 3, is that a disappointment going into the playoffs?
If they win one of the final 3?
Yep. You got Jacksonville. You got Kansas City, who's out, without Patrick Mahomes, and who else we don't know because they may end up resting the rest of their starters.
That's a good question. You know what?
You got the Chargers.
Yeah. I think there's a scenario where it's not disappointing. Not disappointing. And I say that considering how good Jacksonville has been playing. All right? Jacksonville, we need collectively as a football consciousness needs to really start putting respect on who they are. I mean, what they're doing offensively, they're 10-4, okay? They're 10-4. But what they're doing offensively is really, really effective and fun to watch. Here are just the last couple games for the Jags. 48 points this past weekend. 48.
It's like college to them. They're just running up the score.
48 points against the Jets, 36 points against the Colts. They beat the Titans in Tennessee the week before 25-3. They won the week before in overtime against Arizona 27-24. They hung 35 on the Chargers the week before that. I mean, this is a group in Jacksonville who hasn't lost in a month and a half. And 3 of their 4 losses came before the 3rd week of October kicked in. So they're just playing really good football. So I think there's a scenario where the Broncos could lose this weekend and then beat the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football, but actually have the division wrapped up where they're resting their starters against the Chargers and lose, but there's no consequence. So in that very specific scenario, it would not be that disappointing, all things considered. But
see, I don't know, Zach. Like to me, I love that we have an opportunity to wrap up the division before we get to that last game against the Chargers. So now we are resting our players. But this is a huge game. I'm not saying it's the biggest game like Green Bay, but this is another huge game against Jacksonville, who's red hot. They're hot. They think they can win a Super Bowl too. I have a couple teammates that are in the building all the time. They're listening to what's going on with the coaching staff, feeding them this information like, hey, you guys are good. You guys can do it. So they feel like they're on top of the world. The only reason I say that when it comes to the Denver Broncos is we've been undefeated at home. Jacksonville's coming to us. I don't know what the weather is going to be like on a Sunday. Maybe it's going to be a little bit nippier, but I see the Denver Broncos handling business, beating Jacksonville, handling business and beating Kansas City on Christmas, and then resting their players for the Chargers and end up maybe losing that game because they just don't have the firepower like the Chargers will have.
Sunday is supposed to be 61 and sunny.
Come on.
I'll tell you what, man. I will tell you what.
We're lucky.
We have it so good here in the Centennial State. Truly, Phil. I mean, but because we get the changing of the seasons, too. It's just not with the extreme nature. And you could say, yeah, it's perfect in San Diego, but I want the seasonal change. I don't want it to be the same temperature every day. It makes me appreciate each season as it rolls through. Dude, Friday it's supposed to be, this is December. Friday is supposed to be 69 and sunny.
See, I might have to bring out the guns. I don't have any more guns. Okay, my muscles are going down, but I'm still have to bring out that tank top.
That is nuts. That is nuts. Okay,
so the scenario for me is win these next two and then rest your players because you have it wrapped up, the division wrapped up. Get ready for them playoffs.
Well, the projected record, according to ESPN's Football Power Index, right around 14-3, which is psychotic, okay? Their playoff odds are 100%.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Phil, been doing this segment for years. We've been doing it for years together. This is our third year doing this segment, and I did it years before that, too. This is my first ever segment right now on December 16th, 2025, where I can say into a microphone the playoff probability is 100% for these Denver Broncos.
Money well spent, because for the most part, you were paying for this.
I
don't know if you are now.
I'm
but
not.
For the most
I'm
part,
not.
you were
I'm not.
the years leading up to this, you were paying.
I was paying the New York Times in conjunction with The Athletic, like $4.99 a month to do this segment. But yeah, 100%. Let's not take that for granted.
We're
right?
100% in. We clinched the playoffs. Beating the Green Bay Packers last Sunday, we're in. Now,
so cool.
It's about seeding. Now, it's about making sure we're healthy enough to go on this journey in the playoffs. And if we are, buckle up, baby. Let's go. Let's bow, because it's there for the taking.
Can I tell you something, dude?
Go ahead.
Drew, Dante, can I tell you guys something?
What's going on?
Drew, come take my phone for a second. Come take my phone. And then go back to your post and say into the microphone what you're looking at.
The drama.
Oh, it just unlocked. It just locked. Sorry about that. So I did something last night. On the couch at about 10 o'clock at night.
Everybody must have been asleep.
They were, and I didn't ask permission. Drew, you're holding my phone. My phone is open, and my Apple Wallet is open. What are you looking at?
I am looking at a single ticket for a Denver Broncos AFC divisional game.
What? Go.
Good seats, too, by the way.
What am I?
127.
Section 127.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Section 127. I will be in the biggity building. Let's go. I am so fired up.
What strings did you pull for this?
I pulled
the wallet out.
I pulled the separate accounts string.
Oh, okay.
And dude, and I'm just going to tell you because I really don't give a damn, spent $600 on that ticket last night. And I will be at that game, and I am looking forward to it as much as any sporting event outside the Nuggets clinching game for the championship, any sporting event of my life.
Now, can we get ZB with a shirt off, with his face painted, maybe a D down his chest? Can we get that? I mean,
do we want that?
Yeah, you're right. Do we want that?
Oh, my gosh. But here's the one little hiccup. And obviously it's a secondary market, right? Someone selling me their ticket. The one little hiccup, could it be against the Buffalo Bills? That's the one thing that I'm like, please don't let that happen. Football gods, please.
Oh, I want it to happen now. I want it to happen.
No. And I have to say this because I know someone's thinking it. I never, ever, ever, ever in my life thought that I would be pulling for a football team this hard that wasn't the Buffalo Bills. I just never saw it for myself. But I live in Denver. Never lived in Buffalo.
No.
This is my community. And the organic excitement that is happening this year is so easy to get swept up in. And I will replace the money. Same thing with the Avs. You know, I spent out the nose to be in the building for every round. And then, so for the rest of my life, I'll be able to say I was at every round, not with a media credential, as a fan, sitting with the fans. And that means something to me. And you can never replace it. You can always replace the money. Always. And I need to say this too. I understand that I'm in a blessed position to be able to buy that ticket. I don't want to come across the wrong way at all.
I'll tell you what, you're going to be broke by the end of this because not only are you going to have to probably pay a ticket and buy a ticket for the Denver Broncos, but then you have the Avalanche that's in a cupper bus scenario. You got the Nuggets that could do it too. I mean,
well, the Nuggets, I will use my credential. I will use my credential.
He's like, that's where we draw the line.
Yeah, because I've covered that team so closely for so long, and just have a great relationship with Nick O'Hare, and I know that he will have my back in that regard. I don't know about the Avs, you know, and like, here's the thing: if they win that game, I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
You definitely don't want to say that right now.
Yeah,
and I don't get a spanking when you get home.
And I don't want to jinx anything either. But I'm really, 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 really excited.
I'm
really excited.
I mean, come on. It's been a while since there's been hope, not just about getting to the playoffs now. That's what the Denver Broncos did last season.
Yep.
But this is about getting to a Super Bowl. And we, as fans, we can talk about it. We know that the Denver Broncos, we know that those players in Sean Payton, they're not thinking about it just yet. They know that they have to get through the rest of this season. They know they have to get through that first round, which, by the way, they haven't won a playoff game yet. They've been there last year, but they didn't win.
Right.
So they know that there's a lot that they have to get to the final destination. But as fans, come on, the last time we felt this way was 2015 with Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl 50 defense.
Yeah.
And now we have a chance to feel that again. It's right in front of us.
Super exciting. And I just can't imagine, especially on the heels of being at Mile High on Sunday and feeling that atmosphere. I cannot imagine
playoff atmosphere.
What it is going to feel like on that day. I cannot imagine. Dante, you got something there behind the glass?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you were worried about jinxing the Broncos. They drop one of the next two, and then Week 18's for them to be the 5 seed.
I just don't have that kind of power, DG.
Okay, it feels like you're putting the cart in front of the horse a little bit.
Wait. So you don't believe that the Broncos are going to be hosting a game on divisional weekend?
I'm just saying that it's not crazy for them to not be, given, you know, the Chargers are right on their butts.
Yeah. No, I honestly,
it feels like you're already kind of assuming they're going to win the division at this point.
Definitely. I mean, dude, their chances of let's talk about it.
Let's dip our toe into that. What's going on?
The chances that the Denver Broncos win the AFC West is all the way up to 89%.
89%, DG.
And so how about this? And Dante's a sports gambler like I am. If you wanted to make a bet right now for the Denver Broncos to win the AFC West, in order to win $100, you would have to wager $900 to win $100. They are an overwhelming favorite. And I'll just tell you this, to Dante's question there, like this football team has just earned a level of trust. I don't think that they're going to screw this up. I don't.
Well, and then you also have to understand, like what DG's talking about is like the Chargers are on our tail, but they still have 3 big time games. They still have to play Dallas. They still have to play Houston. Then they have to play us. They can't afford to lose another game. Whereas we may drop one and still be okay. The Chargers are hoping we drop 2 so that they can catch back up with us. But they have their own issues, and it's only going to get tougher for them. Whereas for us, we've been doing well. We play great at home. Everybody seems to be healthy, knock on wood. Sean Payton is getting better as a play caller as the days go by. Bo Nix is turning that corner, and he's looking like one of the better quarterbacks in the league right now. Defense is doing their part. I mean, come on now. Come on. What's stopping them?
There's a RamosLaw.com text that I shouldn't read, but I'm going to anyway, because DG just tried to catch me slipping. So this person texted in for the first time ever. All right, it says, I have insider information that your very own producer, Dante Gomez, bet on the Packers this past weekend. Additionally, it was not his only bet regarding the Packers. Dante, what is happening here? Is one of your buddies trolling you? This is unbelievable.
DG, you should never
Dante,
open your
talk
mouth.
to us here. To talk to us.
No comment.
First time he's ever been speechless.
Wow, Dante's always has something to say. Always has something to say.
It'd be your own, dude.
And my man is caught flat-footed right now by this text from 980, and I'm not going to read the rest. There's something happening here. All right, getting back to these numbers. Yeah, so that's how overwhelming the Broncos are from
Look at DG right now.
from a sports gambling standpoint and a analytical standpoint. The chance that the Broncos are playing on divisional weekend, all right, to that ticket I have now, is all the way up to 86%. Okay? Chance that the Broncos win that game and are playing in the AFC Championship game, the NFL's Final Four, is all the way up, according to ESPN's Football Power Index, it's all the way up to 48%, nearly a coin flip to be playing on one of the biggest weekends in American sports.
This is crazy. My question to you is, if we don't get past the AFC title game, is this a disappointing year? Because we've been waiting for this moment since the start of the season. Sean Payton called his shot. The defense is playing out of their mind. Offensively, they're catching back up. We are on an 11-game win streak. And if you get to these playoffs, you get past that first playoff game, you get to the next one, and it's so close. It's like the Commanders last year. It's just so close.
Yep.
And you don't find a way to get in there. Would that be disappointing? Because your answer before this, I want to say, when we were talking about this a long time ago, you're like, no, like getting to this moment, it would be a win. How do you feel now?
I mean, so much differently. So much differently. Yeah, when we were having those conversations in the preseason, because basically my stance back then was it can be the same exact record, 10-7, and a first-round playoff exit, and it still could be, there could be a scenario that it's a step in the right direction and growth and a successful season.
Yeah.
And I know some people heard that, hit their ears the wrong way, say, what are you talking about? The same record with the same result is not progressive. But if you remember, the Broncos were, what were they, 1-8 last year against winning teams?
Yep, they were 1-8.
And their only win came against Tampa, and then they got boat raced in the playoffs 31-7 to Buffalo. And I said, if that record is more like 5-4 against winning teams, and you're playing on the road in Buffalo or Baltimore, and you're losing by a kick instead of 31-7, yeah, that will look and feel different. And for me personally, that would be progress. But with new information comes new opinions, and that would now be just massively disappointment, a disappointment, which of course is a testament to how well the Broncos have played this year and rearranged what defines success or not.
So now it's like we moved the goalposts. Now success it seems like is getting at least to the Super Bowl. That's what it seems like with the Denver Broncos. Now with the Avs, it's cup or bust, right? You have to win it.
Yeah. Yep.
With the Denver Broncos, it's like getting there, getting past those 2 playoff games that you're going to have at home, and as of right now, you're undefeated. Getting past those 2 playoff games with the defense like that we have in Bo Nix that's doing better. You getting there to the Super Bowl, that right there is success. Now winning it, it's different. You may be going up against, let's just say, the Rams.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little different.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at it like the Denver Broncos, who control their own destiny, that's sitting there at the number 1 spot, they must get to the Super Bowl for this to be a successful season.
Yeah. Well,
Come on now, Zach.
I have not thought about that through the lens of success or failure. If the Broncos win on divisional weekend and they're hosting the AFC Championship game, man, I would normally say, I feel like I would normally say it would be definitive success. But because the landscape, there's no Kansas City, there's no Baltimore, there's no Joe Burrow. And guys, I keep on saying it, Buffalo, and ultimately, I don't want this to be true, but like my eyes, I watch the Bills second most closely after the Broncos. I watch the Broncos the closest by far, but after that it's Buffalo. And so when you watch a team over and over and over, I just see the flaws. And so
Josh Allen's not good enough. He's never going to win the big game. We get
no, he's not the problem. Of course, you know that. This is actually like, we were talking about this behind the scenes yesterday. This is like the fourth best Buffalo team that they've had. They've had much better teams. And if some of those previous teams were in this playoff field, those teams could go win the Super Bowl. Do I think this Buffalo team can go win the Super Bowl? I do not. Their defense and their coaching, it just...
But this Denver Bronco team, they could get to the Super Bowl.
They could.
Because of what they have.
And if you get to the Super Bowl, man, like whether you win, like obviously in that moment, everyone's going to be going crazy. But like, I would not let a Super Bowl loss define this season as a failure. No one saw this coming except for one. That's Sean. But like,
so getting to the Super Bowl or a bust of a year. Because this is a lot, like what people don't understand is like playing in the league, like it is so hard to win. And you're telling me that the Denver Broncos have put together and strung together 11 straight wins. Our defense has been able to stay consistent. Offense is getting better. Like, I don't think people truly understand how hard it is when you're going through these weeks and it's a week-by-week league and you're trying to find ways to make plays and how the Denver Broncos have made those plays in different ways, whether it's fourth-quarter comebacks or blowing a team out or defense having to come up big, or Will Lutz with the big you-know-whats has to come up big for you. There's just been so many different ways that the Denver Broncos have won these games that you're looking at like, how could they not get to the Super Bowl? What's standing in their way? The only thing that's standing in the Denver Broncos' way, and I said it before and I'll say it again, is themselves. They have to show up. If the Bo Nix, who played against the Green Bay Packers, shows up in both of the playoff games, they'll get to the Super Bowl. If that defense shows up like they did against the Green Bay Packers in the second half, they will get to the Super Bowl. If Will Lutz is able to get his leg going at the right time and make the consistent kicks, they will go to a Super Bowl. And if Sean Payton stays out of his own way, stays balanced, all right, puts Bo Nix in the offense in great situations, they will get to a Super Bowl.
The fact that these conversations are so realistic. And you remember me earlier in the season in September and October. I'm like, I don't want to talk about the Super Bowl.
Oh, for sure.
I'll let Phil and Cecil talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to just triple jump past the process. But
Dynasty.
But we know that the NFL uniquely, you just have to get in. This isn't the NBA. All right, you just have to get in the tournament. And we know they're locked in the tournament. And this thing, I believe, is going to go through Denver. And man, it feels special. And it feels, not to get carried away, because I don't know if I believe in like fate and that stuff. I don't know.
You got to, man. Look what's happening.
It does kind of feel like it though. It's like it's been a magical season for so many different reasons, and it's crazy. Chances that the Broncos are playing in the Super Bowl, according to ESPN's Football Power Index, is all the way up to 26%. The Broncos currently have the third best Super Bowl odds at 8-1. And according to ESPN's FPI, the chance that the Broncos win the Super Bowl is up to 12%. These are the biggest numbers that we have seen. And it's just really fun, man. Really, really, really fun. Okay, we're seeing a sign of the times in college football that has indirectly to do with Arch Manning. We'll talk about that. Also, Avs take on the Kraken tonight in Seattle. What is the number one thing we're looking for as puck drops? We'll talk about it next.
The win streak rolls on. Bo Nix and the offense came alive and led the Broncos to a victory over Green Bay. Has Sean Payton established an identity that can lead the Broncos to Super Bowl 60? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Winter is officially here, Denver, and Hermes Worldwide is your ride to all action. Whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading downtown to catch an Avs or Nuggets game, make sure you get there on time and in style. This holiday season, let Hermes Worldwide handle your Christmas light tours, festive nights out, and stress-free airport transfers. Skip the traffic, snow, and parking hassles. Ride in warm, comfortable luxury with a professional driver who gets you there safely. Book now at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Life happens, and then debt happens. Your laptop dies when you need it most. A hospital bill hurts more than an injury. Enter End Credit Union with a free debt consultation and a plan built just for you. End is here to help you break the debt cycle and get your finances on track. Debt happens. End helps. Schedule your free consultation at end.com/coaching. Standard account and credit qualifications apply.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Muller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You know that feeling when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and think, hey, I look 10 years younger. That's what happens when you stop dieting and start doing Soda weight loss.
I tried point counting, calorie counting, shots, and nothing has worked until Soda weight loss.
Soda weight loss gives you a personal nutritionist you can text anytime.
Everybody's great here. Everybody's encouraging. There were some times where I felt down and they brought me back up. If you stick with this program, you will lose weight and you will get to your goal weight.
When you sign up for Soda weight loss, your partner joins for free.
If you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and yes, look and feel 10 years younger, this is your moment. No meds, no gimmicks, just real results with real support.
Remember, sign up now and your partner joins for free. Visit sotaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The University of Denver brings you the best athletics in the metro area. From lacrosse, basketball, hockey, soccer, gymnastics, and more. We have a sport to cheer on at DU. Ticket packages are available to meet your busy lifestyle and are easy on the wallet. Learn more on our digital platforms, including denverpioneers.com.
The cold weather will be back. Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new furnace? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. And don't forget about heat pump rebates. They've never been better. Up to $13,500 only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that Jeep.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UCCS with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistarascu.com.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
Whoa! All right, let's come on top rope with it! 1! All righty.
You had it a little bit longer today, huh?
I did.
Slow down now. It's not Friday.
It's not Friday. But I felt it in the moment. Hey, how about this? So
when you know, you know.
When you know, you know. It was a good conversation we had yesterday.
Great conversation.
Arch Manning announces he will return to Texas for the 2026 season. How about this, man? This is a sign of the times, and it indirectly has to do with Arch Manning because Arch Manning is the only 5-star quarterback in the last 2 years that has not transferred.
Say it again. So he's the only 5-star quarterback.
Yeah. So there's been 8 5-star quarterbacks between the 2023 and 2024 class. Only one has not entered the transfer portal. That's Arch Manning. Nico. I always struggle with this name. Iamaleava. Transferred. Dante Moore. Transferred. Jackson Arnold. Transferred. Malachi Nelson. Transferred. DJ Lagway. Transferred. Nebraska's Dylan Raiola. Transferring. Julian Sayin. Transferred.
They don't make them like they used to, Zach.
Think about that.
These kids just jump ship. Any type of adversity where they don't get the money, they don't get the bag, and they were promised this, and they were 5-star recruits. I mean, they're not built to last.
Yeah.
Truly, that's what it looks like.
All right, question for our group here. Do you think if Arch Manning declared for the NFL draft that he would have still been the number 1 overall pick despite the disjointed nature of his first and only season as a starter?
No, I do not believe that he deserves to be the number 1 pick. Now, I do understand that he got better as the year went on, but there's still a lot of room for improvement there in Youngs. It's smart that he's coming back. He should be treated like Shedeur Sanders was treated. Where he drops him around. I mean, come on, Zach.
Hold on,
he was
Phil.
playing horrible at the beginning.
He was not playing well, that is for sure.
Horrible, Zach. Let's be real. It was bad.
I can help you out here. There's no scenario where Arch Manning would fall to the 5th round. None. Because he doesn't wear a hat sideways to a job interview?
No.
Last name's Manning.
There you go. Bingo.
Oh, the other guy's last name's Sanders.
Yeah, right.
They're both NFL royalty.
But come on, Manning as quarterback, it's the president. It's like the president. And when you were talking about a Manning at quarterback, you know, it just holds a little bit more weight.
I believe, I'm curious what you guys think behind the glass, but I believe despite his season that did not meet expectations, Texas was the preseason number 1. They're not going to make the college football playoff, right?
No. crazy.
I still think Arch Manning would go number one. I still think he'd go number one because you're not going to be the organization who doesn't draft Arch Manning.
What are you scared of? If he's not ready, why are you drafting him?
What do you think, Drew?
I'm with you. I think because his last name is Manning especially. And, dude, the hype train on Arch to begin the season was unbelievable. And, yeah, he got good towards the end of the year. But you also have to kind of factor in, look at the rest of the class. Would you rather have Arch Manning or Fernando Mendoza or Diego Pavia? Guys like that, like Carson Beck.
They're winning.
They're winning.
No, but those,
Come on, they're winning.
It's different in the NFL. Like, you're not.
They don't care about the winning and losing. They care about your arm strength, your size.
Pat Mahomes had one winning season.
Exactly.
Pat Mahomes had one winning season at Texas Tech.
For sure. So are we going to sit here and say that Arch Manning is the next Patrick Mahomes?
No, I didn't say that.
So we're going off of a name. So he's going to be the first one that gets through because of the name.
No, he's returning to school, so we
I'm
know
just
that.
Saying
like in this scenario.
Scenario.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's crazy.
Hey, Phil, Shedeur did a lot of winning last year.
Exactly.
How'd that
but
go?
if Shedeur Sanders was with the Texas Longhorns, he would be the number one pick in the NFL draft. It's Texas. You have the best of the best.
Wait, so it was the school of Colorado that held Shedeur back?
Taking a shot.
You guys
unbelievable.
You guys want to be bodied right now.
Dante, do you think that Arch Manning would have been the number one overall pick had he elected to come out?
I don't. I think he would have been in the Lamar Jackson late first round, just so you get him under the system. Maybe a Sean McVay takes him and stashes him for a year, develops him. But I just don't think he showed enough tools this season. I think he needs a little bit more development.
Yeah, I think so too, for sure. And he must think that because he's, it's almost like an admission of sort.
Yeah.
And not always, not always, but because someone like Andrew Luck would have been the number one pick and he came back to school. But yeah, the only of the 8 5-star quarterbacks in the last 2 years that has not transferred. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, what are you looking for? Man, you're going to be in trouble up in Boulder.
No, I'm trying to advocate. I'm trying to advocate for Shedeur Sanders. Do the Shedeur.
Oh,
you guys just want to give Arch the number one spot. He's going to be drafted in the first round. Is he a first-round quarterback?
That's just what I believe would have happened if it took
name.
place. We'll see how it looks in year number 2 as a starter. What are you looking for tonight? Avalanche, Kraken. What's the top thing that you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, we know the Kraken they're not a very good team right now. They're struggling in all aspects of the game, the power play, penalty kill, you name it. So what I'm looking for is for the Avs just to handle business. Can we look good on the power play? Penalty kill for the Avalanche have been really, really good. Defense for the Avalanche has been great. But for the power play, can we start going now? And I feel like we say this every single week, every single game. But they need to be more consistent. And once they're consistent, there is truly no hole in the Colorado Avalanche and what they bring to the table.
No, the Avs have owned this matchup as of late, and really, these two teams couldn't be any different. Who's number 1 in the NHL in goals per game? It's the Colorado Avalanche. Who's dead last in that same category? Dead last. It's Seattle. They can't score. Here's a fun fact heading into tonight's game. The Avalanche have 5 players with 10 goals or more. 5. Seattle has 0. I don't see if the Avalanche are sober and halfway motivated that the Kraken
stand a chance.
Yeah, just if they have a professional approach, they're going to win this game. But it's the power play for sure. That's what we're looking for. It's got to get better. It's got to. Drew, real quick, your concern level at this point in the season, despite their incredibly earned, glossy record, the level of concern with the power play?
I would put it at about a 6.5, 7.
Okay, yeah.
Like everything, any other concern would be at like a 1, if that. But with the power play, it's just not been good. Now it's looked better of late. They're not putting the puck in the net, but aesthetically it has looked better. They're moving the puck better.
They're getting better chances.
Yeah. But they're still not scoring. It blows the mind that a team that has this much offensive firepower cannot figure it out on power play.
Even despite the coaching change. I almost feel bad for Ray Bennett, who was let go at the end of last year for the inability to get the power play going, and then they bring in Dave Haxtell, former coach of the Kraken, right? And he's supposed to fix it. It's worse year over year.
Literally, it went from 8th last year in the regular season. I think they're 29th
Crazy.
this year.
It defies logic. We've been talking about it for months at this point. At a certain point, it's like this kind of is what it is, but there's still enough runway in the season to, try to fix it. But man, oh man, it's not good. But the Avs, luckily, are really, really, really good in just about every other thing that they do. Okay, kicking out of the last slap of the mat here in the 3 count. Wait until you hear one of the craziest month-over-month switch-ups when it comes to Colin Coward and Bo Nix. Details next.
The Broncos went toe-to-toe with the Packers and walked away with their 11th straight win. Has the path been cleared for Denver to secure the number 1 seed in the AFC? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, what's going on? The other night I was looking at old holiday photos. Years when I felt sharp, energized, and really present. And it hit me. Somewhere along the way, I stopped feeling like myself. I stopped feeling like that man. I was tired all the time, skipping my workouts, putting on that weight, falling asleep on the couch like an old man would do. And even at times, that drive was just not there. But I kept telling myself, it's just life. Or, hey, I'm getting older, man, and getting older sucks. But then I really started to think, man, I could be dealing with low testosterone. And I'm here to tell you that if you're dealing with low T, Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is here to help because they're experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They successfully treated tens of thousands of men that were dealing with low T, and a lot of these men have seen amazing differences that these treatments can make in their life. And if you're like these guys that I'm talking about, or myself, within just a few weeks, you'll feel your energy return, the brain fog will go away, your sleep will improve, as will those workouts, and that sex drive that we all deserve to have will be significantly enhanced as well. So all I need you to do is take the Low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz full of yes or no answers, and it takes 2 minutes to do. Then what you're going to do is schedule a consult with the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Guys, go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and White Claw at Mile High Station on Sunday, December 21st from noon to 2:05 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and White Claw. White Claw, grab life by the claw.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I'm going to be blunt. If your windows are drafty, sticking, or leaking, cold nights are costing you money. In January, they'll cost you even more. Window prices are going up. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is locking in 2025 pricing, but orders must be placed by December 31st. Don't let the 2026 price increase punch you in the wallet. Order by December 31st or you're paying 2026 prices. Go to windowsforyourhome.com or call them at 303-794-0490.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. In the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health. With the right equipment, you can train like a pro. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical personal injury firm. Our lawyers have argued and won at the United States Supreme Court. We've gone head-to-head with giant corporations like Uber and Amazon, and we've helped clients recover billions in verdicts and settlements. We bring that same firepower to every case, no matter the size. When you've been injured, having the right lawyer matters. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from card holder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time. And if you're a homeowner, you should call American Financing today. You could be saving real money every month. High-interest debt is crushing budgets across the country, but homeowners who act now are using their equity to wipe it out. American Financing customers are saving an average of $800 a month, with some getting rates in the low 5s. A massive difference compared to credit cards charging 20% or more. Speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant and find out exactly what you qualify for. There are never any upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Move quickly, and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments, putting cash in your pocket immediately, giving you back some of that money you spent during the holidays. Call American Financing today. The sooner you act, the quicker you can save. 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, wait until you hear one of the craziest month-over-month switch-ups. This is so good when it comes to my man Colin Coward and Bo Nix. All right,
he needs to be held accountable, man.
Well, we're going to do that here. We're going to do that here today.
We are.
We are going to get to that in about 15 seconds. Guys, we're in the final week of our Denver Sports Equipment Drive, benefiting a nonprofit that is near and dear to my heart, Recruiting Classroom. All right, our friends at the Blue Sport Stable in Superior are taking donations of gently used or new sports equipment. Most needed items include volleyballs, soccer balls, footballs, and baseball bats. For drop-off locations and a full list of needed items, head to denversports.com/equipment. All right, Colin Coward. Now, let me just say this before we continue. We're going to have fun with Colin here because he deserves to get poked here. But I love Colin Coward. This is not some sort of like this guy is scum or,
No. He's great at his job.
He's great at his job. He just happened to take a sports take a little bit too far, and then we have the overcorrection. So this is pretty funny. This is Colin Coward back on November 7th, okay? So a little over a month ago, November 7th, this was what Colin Coward had to say.
Sean Payton is a very impatient guy. He also understands the urgency at quarterback, unlike a lot of coaches in this league. I wonder, because the roster, the O-line set, the D-line set, the pass rush, the receivers, would Sean Payton draft another quarterback? I'm dead serious. Bo Nix has regressed badly. His completion percentage is now towing that backup quarterback line from 66.5 to 60. His passer rating has plummeted, mid-90s to mid-80s. He's going to have more turnovers this year.
So his big point that day, 5 weeks ago, was Sean Payton and the Broncos could actually move on from Bo Nix after this year. And he was really driving that point home. And he obviously it's a lot longer than that, but we don't want to play too much of it. Now
Uncle Colin was down and out on Bo.
He was definitely down and out. Now, if you remember at the time, like we were being critical, and I know I was like, "Hey, this completion percentage is not healthy," but that's different than saying the Broncos are going to move on from Bo Nix and draft another quarterback.
Yeah.
That's very different, all right? It's part of our job to be critical, especially when it calls for it. And during that period of time, it called for it. Colin just got
carried away.
He got carried away. And it opened speculation of, hey, did Sean talk to Colin? Because we know they're tight. They're real tight.
Because for Colin to go out there and say the things he said so direct, it's like, why would you do that? Knowing how he is. Like, he's calculated. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So why would he do that? So, yeah, I mean, there was speculation out there like, hey, Sean maybe driving home was pissed off at Bo and was like, let me call Uncle Colin.
Yep.
This is what I need you to say.
And so check this out. I told you that was from November 7th. What happened on November 6th?
Ooh, November 6th. It was the Vegas game.
It was the Thursday night football game.
The ugly one. That
the whole NFL community was dumping on. And the broadcasters were literally making fun of the game as they did it. So Colin's in that moment. It was a standalone game on a Thursday night. You know every national talk show is going to talk about Thursday night football on a Friday. And he just got carried away. This is Colin Coward singing a new tune about Bo Nix yesterday.
Bo Nix, in the last 2 years, is the only quarterback Green Bay's defense has faced that's thrown 4 touchdown passes to 4 different wide receivers. So too many people, I said this last week, have just sort of made up their mind on Bo Nix. I think he reminds me of a right-handed Steve Young. He is way, way more athletic than anybody gives him credit for. Dad was a coach, never gets sacked. I've said this about Caleb Williams. Doesn't throw many picks. Bo Nix never gets sacked. And since he's been in the NFL, he's 22-9 with more touchdown passes in that span than Matt Stafford. Okay? And Sean Payton, and remember this, Bo Nix is in a division with great defensive coordinators like Jesse Minter and Steve Spagnuolo. So Denver was down 9 in the third quarter, and they needed Bo Nix, the second-year quarterback from Oregon, to be a star. And that's exactly what Bo Nix was. 3 long drives, playmaking, rolling left, rolling right, deceptive, big-time throws up the sideline, great on fourth down. Again, 8 for 12 throwing downfield. That's always been the knock. Well, I didn't throw the ball down the field. Did yesterday against arguably the best defense he's faced all year. I don't know what he needs to do to impress people. I don't know what it is.
Dude, oh my God. How funny is that? How funny is that? And again, I love Colin.
He should have started saying, hey, look, guys, I was wrong. He should have said that. Like, it's okay to be wrong.
Yep.
We're wrong all the time. I mean, Zach By's wrong almost every single day.
I take my lumps sometimes. I do.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And then you go on to explain what the hell Bo Nix is doing.
Right.
But it's crazy. The changeup is bizarre. It's insane. But maybe it motivated old Bo. Because Bo, he's on social media. He's listening to all of us. So he hears this. He's probably heard at the time. And now he's on top of the world. He's like, okay, now what do you guys have to say? What are you guys going to critique about my game now? Dang, Uncle Colin. What are you doing, baby?
And again, just to emphasize, during the period of time where Colin was that critical, if you were doing this job the right way, like, you should have been criticizing Bo. But it's the getting carried away of the Broncos are going to draft another quarterback.
Yeah.
And then 5 weeks later, hey, why aren't people paying more attention to Bo? He's the right-handed Steve Young. It's pretty. I mean, it's funny.
I never said that.
And it's because it's just, and again, it's just. You want to know what though? It speaks to, and again, I love Colin, but it speaks to the often extreme nature of the national media, and it's not this specific to Colin by any means, because there's even more extreme, the Nick Wrights and other folks, that you're going to get your stuff ran, and when I say ran, reproduced, clicked, viewed, with extreme takes,
I mean, but think about it. I mean, we were at camp every single day. And there were huge media outlets that would come out for one day. Come back to the studio or wherever they're from, and then try to explain what they saw for one day and make it seem like they've been out there for 15 straight days. It was crazy to just think that.
Yep.
So I understand everybody has to do their job.
Yep. But had to have fun with with Colin on that one. They're going to move on and draft a different quarterback. And then 5 weeks later, why aren't people paying attention to the right-handed Steve Young? It's just so good. It's so good. All right, what was the single biggest takeaway from the Broncos' 11th straight win, according to our buddy James Palmer? That's next.
For the second straight season, the Broncos are headed to the postseason. Under the leadership of Greg Penner, Sean Payton, and George Payton, the Broncos have reestablished themselves as legitimate contenders. Say it loud, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos are back. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Tess, what's up?
Oh, the CFO needs me to book a week of travel. I'm days behind on invoices. The plants in the lobby are dying, and now I have to order lunch for 80 with gluten-free options.
Just use Easy Cater.
Easy Cater?
One platform built for workplaces, tons of great restaurants, any group size, with tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Plus, rewards.
Rewards?
You earn rewards points when you order. Good for discounts or even gift cards for you.
Now that's what's up.
Easy Cater, the easy, rewarding way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Blue Sports Stable is where our community comes together with ice rinks, indoor turf, basketball courts, golf simulators, fitness center and restaurant, themed public skates, ice bumper cars, and learn to play classes. Join youth and adult programs that keep families active year-round. Host unforgettable birthdays, corporate events, and team building gatherings with one-of-a-kind activities. Your neighborhood hub for play, learning, and connection. Visit BlueSportsStable.com and follow @BlueSportsStable on Instagram. Blue Sports Stable, something for everyone.
Cake Mortgage Corp, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. These days, we expect everything fast. Streaming, food delivery, even same-day shipping. So why should using the equity in your home to get cash be any different? At Cake Mortgage, we get fast. We just got a client approved for $300,000 in under 24 hours with our Cake Fast Cash program. If you're struggling with high-interest debt, roll it into one low monthly payment and save hundreds or more each month. The best part? You'll keep your current mortgage rate and only pay for what you use. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked fast cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com. For thousands of 5-star reviews.
A higher education should be on every child's wish list. Open a College Invest savings account by December 31st and qualify for a Colorado tax deduction. collegeinvest.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UCCS with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistarascu.com.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What was the single biggest takeaway from the Broncos' 11th straight win, according to our dude, James Palmer? JP, welcome back, my guy. When you reflect on the Broncos' 11th consecutive win, which is just a sentence, what is your single biggest takeaway?
This was a playoff atmosphere. I was on the field pregame. I was standing there on the Packers sideline when a fight breaks out between the Broncos linebackers and defensive players of the Green Bay Packers. And I'm standing there, boys, and going, this is a playoff atmosphere. I'm ready to see some quality football. And we did. And we saw it from the quarterback. And I think, to me, that's what stands out the most. Talking to a number of players in that locker room, talking to some coaches pregame, Bo Nix has kind of been on this 4-week ascension, essentially, in their minds, where this offense has kind of slowly had this build, and this kind of seemed like the culmination of it. And I think it was also the culmination of Sean Payton and Bo, man, like completely in sync in terms of the game plan, the style of play that Sean is learning about Bo. I've heard this, like he's very different than Drew Brees, even though Sean makes a lot of comparisons about them being the same. And I think this was an opportunity for us to see the growth that the two of them had over the last several weeks, Bo specifically on the field. And as Adam Troutman told me in the locker room, like, this is the perfect time for this to start to come together. And to me, that's what stood out the most.
James, Bo Nix is playing out of his mind since the Kansas City Chiefs game, November 16th. He had the bye week, and then Washington, Vegas again, Green Bay. My question to you is, if Bo and the Denver Broncos can win out, and Bo Nix continues to do well, is there an opportunity for Bo Nix to be in this MVP race?
First off, I believe I just saw on your guys' Twitter account that he has fewer Pro Bowl votes than Shedeur Sanders, which is something. I don't think he has the ability to climb fully into the race, Phil, just because of the way Stafford's playing, which is otherworldly right now. Yeah. I think the man that can catch him is Josh Allen. I think that's the player that can catch Matthew Stafford if he continues to play, for maybe one main reason, Phil, and that's he has to play like Superman for them to have this run here at the back end of the season.
Thank you.
And I don't think Bo has to do that. I think. Oh, okay. Did I touch a nerve there?
James, you're already. Come on now.
No, no, James, you're on it. No, seriously, and I don't want to get too bogged down with this, but you did. You did touch a pain point, because people talk about football, like people who do this job professionally, into microphones, talk about football like it's a game of one-on-one. Josh Allen is single-handedly elevating that entire organization. Their defense stinks. He doesn't have skill position players to throw to outside of his tight ends. I mean, James Cook is good, but look at his receiving core. What his ask is the heaviest lift on game day. Bo Nix's job is more of stay between the lines, and obviously he played above the X's and O's on Sunday in a way we haven't seen. But yes, I agree with you. I thought it was a fantastic point.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like I have a favorite here, and I feel like I have someone that
James, what did you do, man?
But listen, I do think you take the entire season into account. I know a push at the end always does some good for a player like Josh Allen looking to make that final push, and obviously you won it last year. But Stafford is obviously on another planet, I think, right now with the way he's playing, and I don't think Bo's played into that group. What I think we have found is that Bo is making plays, and he's making plays outside of the closing minutes of games. And that's what you need to get yourself into that conversation of taking a jump. I do think our expectations were maybe too high for Bo at the start of this season. I know people in that locker room I've talked to also share that same sentiment, that they thought the ascension was almost unattainable with the way the expectations were for Bo in year 2, even though he's played very, very well in their eyes.
We're chatting with James Palmer, covers the entire league. James, I know we mainly talk Broncos here, and we're going to continue to do that. But it felt like on Sunday there was an NFL moment happened when the Chiefs got beat, and specifically Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL. This has been a dynasty defined. The earliest that Pat Mahomes' season has ever ended is in the AFC Championship game.
Yep.
And it feels like the tide is turning, and the Broncos are ascending, and the Chiefs are descending. Not to say that Mahomes isn't going to have future success. I'm sure he will. But it feels meaningful that these two things are happening at the same time, and it feels like they're passing each other in the night. What do you make of the big picture dynamic here?
Two ships in the night. Yeah, I do think, and I've been at every single one of those AFC Championship games, and I've attended all of them. This is the first time I've seen them go into an offseason, obviously not playing in the game, but also having more questions than answers. They've gone into off seasons with some questions. If you remember that Super Bowl game where I was sitting in the stadium down there in Tampa, guys, with a bunch of cardboard cutouts and watching Patrick Mahomes run around for his life, and they knew we have to fix the offensive line. So that was a very specific fix they needed to make, and they did. And they did a very good job of it with Creed Humphrey and Joe Tooney and Trey Smith all come in. This offseason I think there's more questions for the first time. Schematically, how is the offense? Does he trust these receivers that he has? There's evidence to say that maybe he doesn't. Is Travis Kelce going to retire and hang it up? How much longer is Andy Reid going to continue to coach in Kansas City? Can they get the amount of depth that they need on the defensive line? Can they sign Trent McDuffie, one of the top corners in football, in a skyrocketing corner market, and do all of this while right now you sit currently $44 million over the cap in 2026? There's just a lot that needs to be sorted out. I think Brett Veach is a very good general manager. But Zach, for the first time, you're right. We seem to have a variety of questions on where the Chiefs go from here, as opposed to previous seasons where there might be something they need to fix. We've seen them go through iterations as well, where it was the Tyreek Hill era, I kind of put it as,
sure,
and then the post Tyreek Hill era, where the defense even carried them, and Pat changed the way he played a little bit and some of that. I think they're going to need to go through another change, but this one might be greater. And the division, and we've talked about it, is much more different than it's been in years past with Patrick. And I think the Broncos are a really well-built team to sustain what they have right now, specifically with a rookie quarterback contract.
James, back to the Denver Broncos, specifically a player. And Zach and I talked about him earlier, and this is Riley Moss, who, by the way, is having a fantastic year. But there's a lot of mixed reviews with him. Some people don't like him, want him to be benched. Other people love him. When it comes to Riley Moss, do you feel like the referees, the league, is picking on Riley Moss specifically and what he's doing out there?
I think there's a lot to this. And I love that you asked it, Phil, because I did tape an episode of 89 with my boy Steve Smith Sr. this morning, and he focused entirely on Riley Moss. So make sure you catch that this week.
Yeah.
And this is from a receiver's perspective, so I'll glean a little light of what Steve was saying about Riley. He thinks Riley's a very good player from a receiver standpoint. He thinks Riley's very physical. He thinks obviously he gets rather handsy at times. He likes to play in your hip pocket, and that's where he likes to be as a corner. But a point that Steve and I broke down, and I don't know if everybody at home knows this, is everything gets studied in the NFL. Steve was telling me a story how when he's been in rooms, the referees face hometown, what he does for a living, everything about that is in front of you. As you study these referees' tendencies, the penalties that they like to call, the players in which they call penalties on more frequently, and as well as what you study as a player of your opponent. Steve was like, if I was going against Riley Moss, I'm going to use that to my advantage. And that's a retired player right there, a future Hall of Famer. But at the same time, current players are looking at this And I know the Packers were specifically, as I stood on their sideline, that there's certain things you approach Riley with because of this stigma he has right now, whether it's warranted or not. I don't think you could say that all the flags are, inappropriate. There's definitely plenty of them that fall on Riley.
Sure.
But he's still only, I think, given up one touchdown in man-to-man coverage this year. And so I do think there's growth for him as a player. But I think there's a lot of people in this league that like him, Phil. I just think I wanted to mention that of everything that is studied and teams try to use to their advantage in the little idiosyncrasies that are within the building on trying to take advantage of what this mentality is about Riley Moss right now.
James, final question here. We will not talk to you until after the Jacksonville game. Give me your 60 to 90-second snapshot thoughts on who this football team is.
I'll tell you right now, rarely do you see a midseason trade change the course of a franchise. Like Jacoby Myers, who they gave up a 4th and a 6th round pick for, has transformed this offense. He's been their leading receiver since week 10. Only the Rams have scored more points than the Jaguars since he was acquired. They're averaging 33 points a game since Jacoby Myers joined this team. And when I talk to people there, he's the professional that Trevor Lawrence needed. They've seen a different play in the quarterback. They lead the NFL in drops. They drop a ton of passes. Jacoby Myers does not do that. He helps them in the middle of the field, which opens up everything in this passing game. I just think they've been a different offense when they've acquired this veteran. It's made Brian Thomas Jr. a better player, and they use both these backs in the run game. And in this defense, I would say people in Denver probably can't name 4 players on this defense, and it's a really well-coached, aggressive ball hawk type of defense. I think they're second in the NFL in forcing turnovers. It's a good football team, certainly. I know that defense relies on turnovers quite a bit, but I would keep my eye on Jacoby Myers as he's technically the 2 to Brian Thomas Jr.
Yep.
But since he's been acquired, he's their number 1 receiver. He's their leading receiver in almost every category. So it's a different offense with Trevor Lawrence, and he's using his legs much more of late. That's a sign of his confidence. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup because of the mobility of Trevor for this defense, specifically with Brandon Jones out too, the way that they're throwing the ball down the middle of the field.
Great stuff as always, James. Appreciate your time.
Yep. You guys take it easy.
All right, there he goes.
So
that's our guy, James Palmer. Always love linking up with James here on a Tuesday. Okay, does Sean Payton need to borrow an old page from Phil Jackson? We'll talk about why next.
The win streak rolls on. Bo Nix in the offense came alive and led the Broncos to a victory over Green Bay. Has Sean Payton established an identity that can lead the Broncos to Super Bowl 60? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right. Winter is here, Denver, and Hermesville White is your ride to all action. Whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading downtown to catch the Avs game on the ice or the Nuggets on the court, make sure you get there on time and also in style. This holiday season, let Hermes handle the Christmas light tours, festive nights out, and that stress-free airport transfer. Leave the traffic and icy parking lots to somebody else. Hermesville White offers championship-level transportation. Picture this. You and your crew rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. All I need you to do is give them a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Want to look 10 years younger and lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds before spring? Then it's time for Soda Weight Loss. Soda Weight Loss works without drugs or crazy side effects. In fact, our disclaimer would sound like this.
Side effects of soda weight loss may include looking better than you did in high school, Friends asking, okay, seriously, what are you doing? Long-term confidence, increased energy, the urge to take more photos because you actually like what you see.
I'd been wanting to lose weight. I tried on my own. I'd been seeing things for soda, and I was like, okay, I gotta go see what it's all about. It's a great idea. It's a great experience, and I couldn't be happier, honestly, with the results.
You do not have to use weight loss drugs to lose weight and enjoy a healthier, I look 10 years younger version of you. With Soda Weight Loss, you get round-the-clock access to your own personal nutritionist, and right now, when you join Soda Weight Loss, your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
This holiday season, don't drink and drive. But if you are in an accident, you're in luck. Flanagan Law, where strength meets compassion. While the other guys blend in, I stand out. Look for the Shamrock. Flanagan Law, your advocate when you need it most.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year.
USA. Fixed broadband experience report, May 2025.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today by my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Denver men's and women's basketball is on the rise, and we need to create a home court advantage this season. Experience more than just a game. Experience team interactions, discounted group rates, concession packages, giveaways, and more all season long with Denver Division I basketball. Learn more at denverpioneers.com. We can create a package just for you with DU Hoops.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins The Drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Does Broncos head coach Sean Payton need to borrow an old page from Phil Jackson?
What in the world are you talking about? Phil Jackson?
Phil Jackson, the Zen master. The champion, I think it was 10 times. I think it was 10, 6. Man, maybe it was more. He won 6 championships with the Bulls and won 5. So he won 11 NBA championships.
That's crazy.
Phil Jackson. And he also won one as a player back in the early 70s with the New York Knicks. And I think it was 72, I want to say. But Phil was such an interesting person. Oh my gosh. Like you and I've been lucky enough to learn about him by reading some of these books. Jeff Pearlman writing about Phil Jackson. He's just a fascinating person.
What do you want? You keep saying my name, Phil. What do you want to know?
Yes,
I'm here.
yes.
I'm a fascinating person.
Phil Jackson is or was known for working the officials, but not to their face. Working the officials through the media. And if he didn't like how a dynamic was unfolding in game 1 of a playoff series, he was going to get out in front of it. And he was going to communicate to the league and the officials through a press conference or an interview and make sure things are framed the way that he wanted in a hope that, and oftentimes it would work, that it would bleed into the subconscious of an official about whatever thing he was talking about that year or that series. And I think that role can be played here from Sean Payton because what is happening to Riley Moss right now, it's a real thing. Seeing is believing. And we're seeing this dude call for pass interference, and everyone who has eyes and an actively working brain is saying, wait, that's not pass interference. And I don't care if it's Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. They were like, whoa, come on. Like,
what are we doing?
What are we doing here? And Moss has earned himself a reputation, and some of it through his own, bad technique, all right? But it's gone too far, and I'm fearful that it could cost the Broncos a series and a playoff game that could flip a game. And like Sunday, where he gets flagged, and that was on 3rd down, and they get a new set of down, and Josh Jacobs, the next play, runs for a 40-yard touchdown. I just think that there is a role to be played from Sean, who on the conference call did not want to it seemed like he did not want to say too much to get himself in trouble with the league. You can judge for yourself.
Look, he continues to compete. I can't say the word, but it begins with an A relative to that call. It just, holy cow. And it's something that's frustrating, I'm sure, for him. But he'll keep competing. He's tough. Came back with a big interception. The one in New York was brutal, but he'll keep competing. We've got to get better in overall at seeing and being consistent officiating those calls.
He's going about it very politically correctly, and I think that he could turn the heat up a little bit. And I'm not saying go crazy, but
what would you want him to say? Like, what's gonna get to these refs? Because for Sean is known for being Sean Payton.
Sure.
And a lot of people do not like Sean Payton.
Especially from the league.
Some of the referees that have been around for a while, my guessing, don't like Sean Payton. So what would you like for Sean to say that's going to get through to these referees, bleed into their head without it going over the top and hurting his team in other ways where a referee's like, hey, I don't like you now, so you can call a flag on any play. So any given time that I have a chance to change this game, which the referees have that power to do, I'm going to do that. And it may hurt our team from what Sean may have said about Riley.
So here's my thing. You, I think, have more license and liberty to say what you want to say when the truth is on your side. And I think the truth would be on Sean Payton's side here. And you asked me, what do you want him to say? Some version of, hey, you want to know what? I have to tell you guys, I think some of these flags on Riley Moss are asinine. What happened in the Giants game is unacceptable. What happened in that game, that we could have lost that game because of that play. We have to be more authentically using our eyes and not judging off reputation. These are not pass interference calls. And we have to do better as a league. And yes, it has been atrocious, asinine, awful, whatever A word that he was thinking of in that response and say, and you want to know what? The league's probably going to fine me for this. That's okay. I make $20 million. You can dig in my pockets again. But this is unacceptable, and it's not true to the game, and I want to see it called differently.
And
some version of that.
That's going to bat for your players. I guarantee Riley would look at that and say, damn, coach, I appreciate that. Because Riley is getting picked on. Let's be real. There's times that Riley is making a bad decision and he's holding in his hands. Yes, that is true. But also there are times where Riley Moss is making a great play on the ball, not touching the receiver, and yet the referee doesn't give him the benefit of the doubt and he throws a flag just to throw the flag that changes the game. Like, that's crazy to me. And for those haters out there, the Riley Moss haters.
And there are many.
Oh, there's a lot of them. The minute that Riley Moss gives up a catch, you want to bench him. You want to fire him. Who else are you going to put in? All right, and number 2, Riley Moss is having a breakout year, whether you like it or not. All right, he ranks in the top 5 in the NFL as a cornerback with the cornerbacks in tackles. He has 61 tackles. My man is aggressive. He's getting up there. He's putting his body on the line for his teammates. All right, he ranks top 5 in pass deflections with 12. Now he has 1 interception. In man coverage, he's out there balling. Like James said that Riley gave up a touchdown. I'm going to have to go back and see. I don't think Riley Moss has given up a touchdown in man coverage. Now, zone against the Chargers, that was a zone coverage. Riley Moss ends up trying to deflect the ball from Keenan Allen, doesn't get that done. A touchdown scored on him. But in man coverage, Riley Moss has been solid. Oh, and when PS2 has been down and out and he has been sitting there because of that pec, Riley Moss has been your number one cornerback going against the number 1 receiver, and he has done an excellent job. So Riley Moss is getting better every single week. All right, Riley Moss, when it comes to technique, his hands, eye placement, it's there. The athletic ability has already been there. The mentality is there. People need to lay off of Riley Moss just a little bit. Now, we know he's not a perfect player, but he's doing a damn good job this year.
I have to ask the question.
Go ahead. Ask away.
Have to ask the question. Does some of this have to do with Riley Moss being white?
You know what? How many white cornerbacks are there out there?
Very, very, very few. I can think of 2 in the NFL as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, look. If you don't think that's some of the reason you're crazy. You're crazy. Riley Moss, all right, he's out there. He's white as a cornerback, and you don't see that often. And he's making plays. It's just different.
It's just different. It's just different.
So we're saying Riley Moss is being racially profiled by the referees.
He's being racially profiled as a white cornerback, yes.
Riley, take off the sleeves. We know who you are, Riley. Go out there and show the world.
Show them that white
Take off
skin.
them sleeves.
Oh,
Get you some sun, baby.
So funny. All right. During the course of Sunday's win, we were served a reminder from a very important Denver Bronco. Talk about him next.
The Broncos went toe-to-toe with the Packers and walked away with their 11th straight win. Has the path been cleared for Denver to secure the number 1 seed in the AFC? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it. And for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in a store where they treat you like family.
Decory, Hearts on Fire, Gabriel & Company, Lika Bahar, and dozens more, all in one store.
Imagine a diamond bar with almost every size, shape, and price range GIA diamond.
And all the top bridal designers, including A. Jaffe, Parade, and Decory.
Add to that Tag Heuer watches and our curated pre-owned Rolex timepieces. And we've got something for everyone you love. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Michelle's dad, Bruce Williams, inviting you to Williams Jewelers. We've built Denver's most trusted family-owned jeweler with one vision.
To be your family's jeweler for life.
For that perfect diamond engagement ring.
The ultimate holiday gift.
Or just because you deserve it. Williams Jewelers in beautiful Cherry Creek North.
Now, imagine their face Christmas morning.
This holiday, come to Williams Jewelers.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
I know some people think after a car accident, do I really need a lawyer? Hiring Postman Law isn't only about the courtroom. We're your single point of contact in a complicated claims process. We take on the insurance adjusters, organize your medical bills, coordinate with doctors, and make sure nothing gets missed. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache. Call 844-POSTMAN. When other firms promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
The cold weather will be back. Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new furnace? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. And don't forget about heat pump rebates. They've never been better. Up to $13,500 only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastry at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? He get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Jim, it's late in the half here at Empower Field, and things are coming down to the wire at the concession stand.
Nachos are a solid choice, but Grant needs to finish strong here.
He scans his wallet and pulls out his Broncos checking debit card for 10% off.
Wow, savvy move. And with no surprise fees, he won't regret this order.
I don't know, Jim. That's a lot of cheese. Bank like a Bronco with Broncos checking from Int Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UCCS with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
During the course of Sunday's win, we were served a reminder from a very important Denver Bronco. And
so important that he's making the sing.
Yes. And this is Jay-Z from the Blueprint 3, the song Reminder.
It's your boy, Jay-Z.
And, Jay-Z changed hip-hop in so many ways. I mean, do you remember the throwback jerseys that everyone was wearing in the early 2000s? Like, that was Jay. That was his trend. And then it turned into the button-ups, where it was, you saw, urban clothes actually go, like, more with collars and button, that was Jay. It was
the Tim boots, and was that Jay?
No.
So that's always been a style in New York.
Yeah. That predates him. But like once upon a time, like it was about Mercedes-Benz and BMWs, and in the late '90s, Jay-Z was like, no, I don't drive those. I drive a Lexus. And just he did his own thing and carved his own path. And that song Reminder, he basically is addressing these the new school hip hop artists. And I say new school, that song's probably 20 years old. Maybe 17, something like that, years old. And he basically made this song that he gets into in the second and third verse where he's like, dude, like, do I need to remind you of the things that I've done, the records that I've sold, the trends that I've started, the business deals that I've put together?
Well, have him remind the hip-hop artists now of today. Like, today's hip-hop artists
weird,
are
man.
crazy.
It's weird.
Like, come on.
They're like a lot of weirdos.
Yeah, and you can't what they're saying.
Correct.
Like,
Correct. But
look
yeah,
at me,
man.
I sound old.
We're getting up there. And so he just sort of itemizes like, hey, that's cool that you guys like these new guys, but just don't forget who's who. And I think in a roundabout way, all right, that's what is happening right now with the Denver Broncos when it comes to Courtland Sutton. And these guys all play for the same team, so it's not the same dynamic that we were just talking about in the competitive landscape of hip-hop. But when you're trying to get Marvin Mims the ball more, right? And we want to see that.
Yeah.
You want to see,
Pat Bryant, your boy Pat Bryant, your baby.
Pat Bryant's coming, right? Troy Franklin's talents and the room. It's a good room. But there's only one number one wide receiver on the Denver Broncos. And for about a month and a half there, for whatever reason, Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and this offense leaned away from Sutton, and I was kind of banging the table, like, let's keep the main thing.
Yeah.
And these past 2 weeks, Sutton has been featured in a way that he was not, and he rewarded that spotlight or target share to the tune of 7 catches for 113 yards, averaging over 16 yards a catch, plus a touchdown. And what this guy's doing, like on Sunday, do we realize he passed Ed McCaffrey to get in the top 5 all-time Denver Bronco wide receivers? And he is in the middle of his prime. And I like the fact that they are getting back to basics and featuring Courtland Sutton in the way that he should.
Zach, finally. In Courtland, if he was sitting here right now, he would say the exact same thing. Finally, you guys are going back to me. And like you just got done saying, don't forget about me. Don't forget, I helped your young quarterback get to where he's at. I was his first touchdown pass against the New York Jets. I'm the guy that you can rely on when things get tough. On third downs, who are you looking for? You should be looking for me. Back shoulder passes, why are they working? Because of chemistry with Bo Nix and Courtland Sutton. So for Court, it's like, if we're going to make a run in the playoffs, then you have to get your number one receiver going when I have opportunities. For example, the Green Bay Packers decided to go man with help over the top, but the help over the top wasn't helping. And so now you have man-to-man coverage on this cornerback that's not better than Courtland Sutton, and Courtland's streaking down the field for a touchdown pass. So we need to keep the main thing moving forward and find ways to continue to get Courtland Sutton involved. Courtland Sutton has 886 yards, 3 games, and as long as he continues to get the targets like he has for the last 2 weeks, he's going to go over 1,000 yards. All right, Mr. Consistent. He's not going to drop a lot of footballs. And like I said earlier, third downs, you're going to him. The 50-50 balls, you need to go to him. So for Sean, I understand Pat Bryant's your new little toy, and he's young, and you're trying to help him out. Troy Franklin, you have had your eyes on him since you drafted him. But Courtland Sutton is the man that's going to help us win the next 3 games and help us get to a Super Bowl, and that's Bo Nix's safety blanket. So don't forget about Courtland Sutton on the road to this success that everybody is having.
No doubt about it. On the gotta have it money downs, you know where that ball's going. It's the most trustworthy target that the Denver Broncos have is Sutton. And I'm seeing someone on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, someone saying in the middle of his prime with a bunch of question marks. Yeah. He just turned 30 years old, all right, about 2 months ago. He has the 5th most receiving touchdowns, all right, in the last 3 years. All right, he's going to have another 1,000-yard season here. He's now top 10 in everything in the Broncos record books. Yards, receptions, and touchdowns, and now top 5 in some cases. And there's a long lineage of, fantastic wide receivers that have played in Denver. He's going to go for 1,000 yards again. He's averaging the most yards per catch that he has had since before he tore his ACL.
Come on,
back in 2020.
Put respect, and you talk about middle of his prime. If he was past his prime, do you think Greg Penner and George Payton would have gave him a lucrative deal, a 4-year deal that hasn't even kicked in yet? Yes, he's in the middle of his prime, and he's just getting started. Has a quarterback that complements him and gets him involved. Courtland Sutton is a stud. And everybody that doesn't still believe that, then you're not watching these football games when the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix is getting Courtland Sutton involved.
Well, after that touchdown in the third quarter on Sunday, he now has 6 touchdown catches, 3 seasons in a row. You know how many people have done that in the NFL? 6 total, and he's one of the 6. So, obviously I'm a fan of Sutton. And I think one day he's going to be immortalized in the Ring of Fame. I do. And that comes with the assumption of more.
And people laughed. You said this a while ago.
Yeah, in the offseason. Yeah.
Had it going for himself this year. You said that he has a chance to be in the Ring of Fame.
Yep.
And look at it. It's going to come true as long as he can stay healthy. Denver Broncos continue to win those games.
That's it. Those 2 things. Stay healthy, and that's with the assumption that he's going to continue to produce, which he will, and the wins. And as long as those 2 things keep happening, you're not going to be able to keep him out, guys. And just remember this, too. It's not like the Hall of Fame panel is the one putting him in. It's the Broncos' decision. And Courtland Sutton, being here through most of the dark years and then coming out with Bulls on the other end. And, if he's top 5 in everything in the team's history and some wins come, why would he not? All right, shifting gears here. Why did last night's Nuggets win remind me of a novel from the 1960s? Also, we have all the updated numbers on the Broncos' probability of the 1 seed, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, and if Bo Nix in the offense can catch nothing but green lights down the stretch, could it lead to something unforeseen? You may ask yourself, how the heck are you going to get to all that? That's because we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
For the 2nd straight season, the Broncos are headed to the postseason. Under the leadership of Greg Penner, Sean Payton, and George Payton, the Broncos have reestablished themselves as legitimate contenders. Say it loud, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos are back. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
The holidays, the lights, the joy, the awkward moments in the bedroom you really rather forget. Remember that first time the ho-ho-ho didn't quite go? You told yourself, hey, no big deal, but then it happened a second time, then a third. Guys, don't let it happen a third time. All right, because you're dealing with ED, erectile dysfunction, and ED is an intimacy destroyer. And research shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can blame themselves when ED becomes the problem. And don't let your partner take the blame. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of these treatments can have you last an hour or even more. What I want you to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, and this will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, AT, and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, gentlemen, if the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Go get it treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, or Colorado Springs. All right, give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite. Get your free case review now. We've been voted best personal injury law firm for the last 3 years in a row. Visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
You know that feeling when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and think, hey, I look 10 years younger. That's what happens when you stop dieting and start doing Soda weight loss.
I tried point counting, calorie counting, shots, and nothing has worked until Soda weight loss.
Soda weight loss gives you a personal nutritionist you can text anytime.
Everybody's great here. Everybody's encouraging. There were some times where I felt down and they brought me back up. If you stick with this program, you will lose weight and you will get to your goal weight.
When you sign up for Soda weight loss, your partner joins for free.
If you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and yes, look and feel 10 years younger, this is your moment. No meds, no gimmicks, just real results with real support.
Remember, sign up now and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Behind on your taxes. If you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Rolling downhill on a Tuesday, December 16th. We are single-digit days away from Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Merry Christmas to you, Phillip Lindsay.
Oh, man. Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. This is what it's all about. You know, the joy and hopefully you're able to have it with your family.
Yes.
And enjoy it with the family if you can.
Yep. And for your son, Phil, and my 7-year-old and my 4-year-old, Sophia's just a little too young.
Man, I can't believe she's 4.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I'm basically obsessed with her, and she's obsessed with me right now. It took a few years, but she is all about daddy right now.
All right, so maybe things are gonna warm up with me and Sophia. She loves her dad, but not like her mom.
Yep. It took a little bit, man, but she is. Oh my gosh. And it's just you're in that sweet spot magic window, where it's truly magical.
Yeah.
And so hope everyone is able to enjoy this coming holiday to the fullest. All right. Why did last night's Nuggets win remind me of a novel from the 1960s, from the late 60s? The novel was then turned into a movie starring John Wayne. And then 15 years ago in 2010, they redid it with Matt Damon, Jeff Bridges, and Josh Allen's wife. That was her first film. And the name of it is True Grit.
True Grit.
And that's what last night's Denver Nuggets win reminded me of. It was True Grit. And it was a night against one of the league's top teams in Houston. It was on a 4-game home losing streak back in Denver. It was a night where Nikola Jokic fouled out of the game. It was a night where his backup, Jonas Valanciunas, fouled out of the game.
The drama.
It was a night, still no Christian Brown, still no Aaron Gordon. Peyton Watson bangs his knee 6-7 minutes into the game. He's the Kevin Durant stopper. He guards KD on the ball as good as anyone in the National Basketball Association. So he goes out, and you had to dig down deep to find a way to, when the clock hit zeros, you to have one more point than they did. And the Nuggets, man, they showed resolve that honestly, maybe too corny, but it made me proud of that basketball team last night.
Like, you're right. If you would watch the game, and hopefully everybody watched that game because it was entertaining as heck.
Holy
Not just
smokes.
for the Denver Nuggets, but for the Rockets as well. It went back and forth. The shooting was just out of this world.
Insane.
Truly, from both teams. But watching that game and that grit and the desire to win in overtime, knowing that you're dog tired, but you have your home crowd that has your back, knowing that you're going to have to rely on someone like Bruce Brown, a depth player, to have to play in overtime at the end of that game to close it out, knowing that you're going to have to count on a couple of players that are usually not going to play on a daily basis because people are down and out, and yet they come up big for you. I mean, this is what it's all about. Do I want to continue to see this? No, I want to see Aaron Gordon back. I want to see Christian Brown back. Hopefully Peyton Watson's not out too long. But it's good to see people like Spencer Jones doing his part. It's good to see, Tim Hardaway Jr. coming up big with some 3-point shots. I want to continue to see this team build on that, but also I'm ready for them to get healthy, Zach. We're going to need everybody if we're going to make this run. But it was a fun game last night.
Man, it was so fun. And you had a comment on the shot making. It's just unbelievable where the NBA is right now. And comparatively, you watch a college game, and the stark contrast between watching college basketball right now and watching an NBA game from a shot-making standpoint, it doesn't even look like the same sport. And you mentioned Spencer Jones, and maybe fringe Nuggets fans don't know what's been going on with Spencer Jones, but he has actually helped the Denver Nuggets win some games, in a meaningful way. He's on a 2-way contract.
Sign that man.
And
sign him.
Undrafted player.
Yes. Come on now. Undrafted, he touches my heart.
He's on the USS Phil, the undrafted soft spot.
He's doing a great job.
He really is. And he made a couple shots down the stretch of that game where you think about the sentence. You don't win last night without Spencer Jones. That's just crazy. And it wasn't just him making some shots, and he looks like the jankiest shot you've ever seen in your life.
It's ugly.
It's wild. But it goes in, and he's one of the great shooters in the history of Stanford basketball. But when Watson goes out of the game, it's then Spencer Jones who draws the assignment of guarding Kevin Durant. Talk about a welcome to the NBA moment. And I thought for the most part he did a really good job considering the ask of him last night.
Yeah, now there was a couple times where for the Nuggets communication was off, where you had Sengun on someone like Jones, and it was like, all right, come on now, don't. That's a mismatch that they're looking for. They're waiting for that to happen, but it didn't happen too often. So like overall, everything you wanted in that game, we got. And most importantly, we got that win in overtime. But looking past this game now, Zach, after what you saw from Jamal Murray, who's playing like an all-star.
Oh my gosh, he's going to be an all-star.
The way, actually, let's start with Jamal Murray. The way that man is handling himself, the way he's getting to the rim and finishing. All right, we know he has a shot, but now it's on more times than it's not. The way he's getting the separation, that's big to me. Is the separation we're seeing from Jamal with the ball handling. All right, he's giving himself that space, and he's coming up with these crazy layups, but like reverse, double reverse.
Dude, I told you about the bag.
Flip. Like, what are we doing?
He's got the bag. He's got Hermione's bag. He's got Hermione's bag from Harry Potter.
I haven't heard that in a while when it comes to Jamal Murray.
When she's got the spell that makes her bag go to the depths as far as she wants to go. So they're in a pinch, and it looks like a purse, and she can reach down in it and pull out 3 coats for her and the boys. Like, Jamal Murray's bag is psychotic. He's got one of the best offensive packages that you can see. And he's brilliant right now, and he is able to do things physically. Guys, he simply wasn't capable of a year ago for 2 different reasons. One, he was just banged up all year, one thing after the next. And 2, and maybe this is correlated, is he wasn't in professional athlete max player shape.
No, you're right.
He just
a little
wasn't.
pudgy and stuff, and mentally he was not there. And this year, slimmed down. He's a lot healthier. All right, think about it. He messed his ankle up a little bit, and usually Jamal Murray probably would have missed a couple games. But that wasn't the case this year. Why? Because he has slimmed down. He is a little healthier, so he's able to sustain. Even if it's a minor injury, you're able to play through that. That's because you're all in. You have given your game, your life to basketball yet again with Jamal, and it looks good and it's fun to watch. But there's one thing that's concerning me, Zach, and it's not necessarily his play, Jokic's play. It's them being out there so long because of the depth. Our depth pieces, our bench players are now our starters because of Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon and now Payton Watson. Hopefully he's not out for a long time.
I don't think he will, by the way. And obviously, certainly never played in the NBA, but a knee on knee is a knee on knee.
But then what? So I'm confused because you get the injury report. It's a trunk.
I don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
They have it as a label as a trunk injury, what have you. Look. It's a bone-on-bone thing.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt for a little bit, and then it's going to go away. I think he's going to be fine. By the way, what player do you think has been the recipient of the most Jokic assists this year?
Most Jokic assists. I'm gonna say Payton Watson.
Payton Watson.
Mr. Watson.
Mr. Watson. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago. He has learned to play with the Joker. And now it's like once you figure it out,
smiling wave, boys. He'll find you.
He has unlocked himself offensively in a way that very few people saw coming. But yeah, that team showed true grit last night. 19 wins, 6 losses, best start in franchise history, and you love to see it. And 35 from Jamal, 35 points. Got to the free throw line repeatedly. Actually missed a big free throw down the stretch, but atoned for it. Jokic. 39 points.
Mr. Triple-double.
15 rebounds and 10 assists. Oh, also 2 steals and 2 blocks. And it's just watching this dude and watching him go head-to-head with Alperen Sengun.
Oh, it was fun.
And it was our first year together. So obviously not this season, not last basketball season, but the year before that when they lost to the Timberwolves when they blew that big Game 7 lead. I remember it was the Rockets matchup, and I remember telling you and our audience, guys, please put eyes on this young Turkish center named Alperen Sengun. They call him Alpi. He is not playing around. This guy's an all-NBA player.
He has it. He has it.
He has it. And when you say it, I think of two things. One, he's got the game. His package is just insane, and he goes for a triple-double. First time in NBA history, two centers both had a triple-double in the same game. But when the other thing I think of when you say he has it, he's got heart. He doesn't care. He goes at Jokic. It means something to him personally. There is no fear in his eyes. And, could he ever be a top player on a championship team? Man, it's worth the conversation. And that's a good basketball team that they beat last night.
But it's funny because he brings the it out of Jokic as well.
Correct.
I think at times Jokic gets, it's crazy to say this, but like bored.
He can be, yeah.
He knows he can control the game. But then when you have to go in a battle with another center who's just like you in ways, and you're looking at him like, man, you're a spitting image. You're young, you're hungry, and you have a great toolkit. Now, you're not there yet, like Devontae Adams said to PS2, and that showed during this game where Sengun had that kind of fadeaway floater shot, goes in.
Yeah.
Jokic goes right back down the court and says, hey, hold my beer.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to take this three.
That was a great sequence. That was a great sequence, man, but that's sports. And that's meeting the moment. And, I like that team. But I'll say this, though. I have to say this. Eay Udoka.
Yeah.
Coach of the Rockets. If you told me, hey, pick out a coach that at some point in the next 25 years is going to go to federal prison for taking someone's life.
Whoa.
Eay Udoka is a psychopath, bro. He is a psychopath. He's got crazy in his eyes, and he mutters to himself, and he is and we've seen him go up to LeBron in his face, call him the B word. I mean, this dude,
he doesn't care.
You're talking about someone who doesn't care. Eay Udoka is a great coach, but he doesn't care. And obviously, he's already lost a job over an inappropriate relationship, but he can coach his ass off, and that's a good Rockets team. But
the Rockets seem like they don't like the Nuggets, and you kind of pointed to that yesterday. Zach, what's going on with that?
After the game, there was no NBA dap-up, and that is just customary in NBA parlance. It's everyone's dapping up and changing jerseys and saying where they're going to work out together this summer. And after that game, that Rockets team went right into the locker room, and they're going to have to turn around and play the Nuggets again here real soon. They were very upset with the whistle. In certain instances, they were right. It was a poorly officiated game, and Udoka, after the game, says, you're talking about not holding back? He said, 2 of those 3 officials shouldn't be out there, and the one that should is starstruck. I said, oh, my gosh.
So this is what you wanted, Sean.
Yes.
You want Sean Payton to do.
Yes, on behalf of Riley Moss. You're the second highest paid coach in the league. Eay Udoka knows he's going to get fined for that, but he's going to say what he's going to say. He doesn't care. And I thought Sean Payton could do that for Riley Moss and have more of his back.
My man said he was starstruck.
Yeah, he said, I've never heard a coach say that. 2 of those 3 officials should have been out there, and the one who should was starstruck. That was a freaking line, man. That was a line. But he is crazy. He's going to fight one of his players at some point. He's got crazy in his eyes, man. All right. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive.
Woo! I like him crazy. That's why I married my wife.
Oh,
too soon.
Couch, here I come.
That's why she married me.
That is too good. Hey, so I want to shift gears here back to the Denver Broncos as promised. All right, really fun conversation about these Nuggets. But man, this is the height of like Broncos hysteria right now.
On top of the world.
We are living in a moment. And I did something last night.
And you're proud of it?
I don't know if proud would be the word. I'm excited about it.
All right.
I bought a Denver Broncos playoff ticket to the divisional round.
A man of your word. You said that you were going to do this. Now, I don't know if you said you were going to buy a playoff ticket. You definitely said you were going to a game. You were at that game, but you're talking about playoffs.
Yep. And I'll be sitting in section 127 in the divisional round, solo mission, solo dolo, and I can't wait.
Shirt off, face painted, Denver D on the hairy chest if you have some hair on there yet. Okay.
Eventually, we're going to have a personal conversation about what you're talking about, but today's not the day for it. But I'll say this, man. I never saw myself, and this is going back years, so say 10 years ago, right before I came here. This is my 9th Broncos season. I never could have envisioned myself being this excited about a football team that I did not grow up rooting for. And I felt this way when I first got to Denver about the Colorado Rockies in 2017. Hard to understand now, but at that time, it was so fun. Place was sold out every night. It organically happened with the Avalanche in the years leading up to their cup. It happened with the Nuggets organically as I fell in love with that team.
Damn, Zach, you've been a busy bee. Like, you literally got here at the right times. Even with the Rockies, they were doing some good stuff, like you were saying. But now that the Denver Broncos are doing what they're doing, I mean, you've already got to see 2 championships with the Avs and the Nuggets, and now we have an opportunity to have one here as a Denver Bronco. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, it's really fun. And so, as I said back in 2022 with the Avs, like, I'll replace the money because I'm not using a credential to go to these games. Nuggets I will. The other teams I won't. I want to sit in the crowd. I want to be in the crowd with the fans. And, man, I am as excited about this coming experience as really any – I've never been to an NFL playoff game, ever. And so this is going to be really, really unique and cool. And in the middle of the week or around the middle of the week on a Tuesday or Wednesday for years, we've been doing this segment about updating our listeners on what the numbers say about the current team and the projections. And this year, we drew from ESPN's Football Power Index, which gathers every data point known to mankind concerning the game of football, puts it in a simulator, simulates the season tens of thousands of times, and then spits out these numbers. The Broncos' updated projected record is 13.7 wins. So we round up. That is a projected record roughly of 14-3, which is just insane to think about. But seeing is believing.
14-3. Have a chance to rule the world. Have a chance to rule the AFC. Now, my question to you, Zach, is we have 3 games left. Tough games. Now, Kansas City, who knows? Who knows if they're going to play their starters now that Patrick Mahomes is out and they've been eliminated from the playoffs. But you have Jacksonville that's red hot. They believe they can go out there and win it too. And they have a coach that's instilling this belief in them as well, a young coach that wants to get to the mountaintop. Trevor Lawrence that wants people to stop talking about him in a bad way. So they have a chip on their shoulder. You have the Chargers that are sitting here in a dogfight to try to win the division still. They still have a chance. So my question to you is, if the Denver Broncos end up only winning one more game, you got 3 games left, and only winning one more game, would that be a disappointment to you?
You know what? I totally understand the question.
We're red hot, 11 straight. Haven't been beaten at home.
Yeah.
Bo Nix playing his ass off. Defense, stout. Special teams, getting better. Sean Payton's getting better as a play caller every single week.
Well, I'll say this. That's not what I expect to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. If it did, I think there is one scenario that is reasonable that it would not be disappointing, is that you lose to a really good Jacksonville team who is very hot on their own and offensively. Since that Jacoby Myers trade, they have gone to the moon offensively, averaging over 30 points a game. So they could come in here and win, and then you could turn around and beat Kansas City with Gardner Minshew on Thursday night on Christmas night. And then there's a scenario where the Chargers are catch an L, which could absolutely happen, man. They are so banged up. And that game doesn't mean anything, and the Broncos rest their starters and get beat by a Chargers team in Week 18. But outside of that pretty specific scenario, it'd probably be pretty disappointing if they finished 1-3 after winning 11 straight.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Or 1-2, rather, excuse me.
Like, I see us beating Jacksonville just because we are on a win streak. It is at home. Jacksonville has to come to us. Kansas City, I see us beating them on Christmas Day because Kansas City's out of it. They have nothing to fight, and they don't have Patrick Mahomes anymore. So what does that look like? And then I can see us resting in us losing to the Chargers because we're resting our players. We're getting ready for that bye week. That's going to be interesting, too, because if we do have a bye week on top of resting your players, that's 2 weeks that these players would get off. So that's something that you have to watch out for before we have our first home playoff game. But that's the only scenario that I can see coming true because the Denver Broncos are just hot. They're the hottest team in the NFL. They're feeling themselves. They don't want this to stop. They don't know how to lose anymore. Like, to them, they don't know what it feels like to lose. All they know is winning is contagious, and they want to keep this feeling going. And how do you do that? You win, and you win at home specifically.
This is going to be a really jumbled sentence, so I apologize in advance. But try to follow this. The last time the Denver Broncos lost a game, we were still double-digit days away from Halloween, and they still haven't lost, and we're single-digit days away from Christmas. That is wild. The last loss came on Sunday, September 21st. 10 days, I said double-digit days away from Halloween. Dude, that was a month and a month and a week. That was 5 weeks before Halloween. And here we are on the doorstep of Christmas. This is one of the greatest runs in regular season NFL history. 2 wins away from the Broncos' all-time win streak, which was John Elway and TD and that legendary team in 1998. I mean, it's so crazy. And if they win out and go 3-0, they're going to pass that team, which almost in some ways feels like sacrilegious because that team is so legendary. But this is the position that the Broncos have put themselves in. You know, we've been doing updated playoff odds for years. This is the first segment that we've ever had where I can just say into a microphone the Broncos' playoff odds are at 100%. It's never been the case ever in this segment. Their chance to win the AFC West is all the way up to 89%. If you wanted to make a bet that the Broncos will win the division at this point, you have to bet $900 to win 100.
Wow, man.
Right, which you obviously wouldn't do. That'd be a foolish bet, right? This is where we're at. The chance to make the divisional round, Phil, by way of a wild card win or a first round bye is 86%. Chance that the Broncos win on divisional weekend and are playing in the AFC Championship game is 48%. It's almost a coin flip that they'll be in the Final Four of the NFL's tournament.
Well, see, now, this is where I have to ask you because this is happening. This is happening as long as the Denver Broncos can come out and win, let's say, 2 of the last 3 games. They're going to win the division and have a chance to have that first bye and have a chance to make it to that AFC title game. My question now is, Zach, like the Avalanche, when we talk about the Colorado Avalanche, it's what? Cup or bust.
Yep.
It's not just about getting to the championship for the Avs. It's about winning it. But with the Denver Broncos, when there's a lot of people doubting them, and the only guy that sit there and said Super Bowl was Sean Payton. Is it a situation now where if the Denver Broncos, who are 12-2, if they don't get to a Super Bowl, this is a disappointing season? Think about that. Bo Nix in his second year. The Denver Broncos won 10 games last year, and it took all the way until week 18 to win their 10th game. And we're talking about maybe, and I'm asking you, would it be disappointing if the Denver Broncos don't make it to the Super Bowl? I'm not saying win it. It's different. All right? Like, let's say if you're playing the Rams. The Rams have a lot of experience. It's going to be hard to beat them. You can, but it's just different. But getting there, would it be a disappointment if the Denver Broncos don't show up to the Super Bowl?
Wow. So this is a repurposed conversation from the summer.
Yes.
Because I remember when we were having these conversations in July and August, I remember saying to you, and I think you disagreed at the time, if memory serves, but I remember saying the Denver Broncos could have the same record this year as last year and also lose in the first round the same way they did a year ago, but it could be viewed as progress.
I was on the Cecil train. Yeah, I disagree with you.
Yeah. And my logic at the time was, well, yeah, the Broncos were 10-7, but they were 1-8 against teams with a winning record. And when they got to the playoffs, they lost 31-7.
Yep.
If you tell me that they're 10-7, and this is again from the summer, if you told me they were 10-7, but their record against winning teams was 5-4 instead of 1-8, and you lose in Baltimore by a field goal instead of losing in Buffalo 31-7, to me, I think there would be some progress in that. But as always, with new information comes new opinions. There should anyway. Don't cling to old opinions for the sake of it. Well, certainly that scenario's out the window. Like if the Broncos lost in Denver on divisional weekend, like that would be really disappointing at this point. Is it Super Bowl or bust? I like what you said. If you go to the Super Bowl and you're in a one-off 60-minute game in the final game of the NFL season, like that's an insanely successful season. Insanely successful. Could they lose in the AFC Championship game?
Which is so hard to get to and win.
Yeah. So at that point, you have 28 teams at home and there's 4 active. Yeah. But the game would likely, in this scenario, it's in Denver.
It's in Denver. No Patrick Mahomes. Baltimore seems like they're going to be out. The Buffalo Bills, all right, as much as you like to downplay them, ZB, you still got Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So you have to watch out for him. But Josh Allen on the road, let's just say here in Denver. Like, who else? What other quarterback can we sit here and say, oh, they can do it? Who? C.J. Stroud? He hasn't done it before. Justin Herbert? My man hasn't done it before.
No one in this field has done it before.
No.
And by the way, like you could put Burrow and Lamar and with Allen, and they've all never done it before either collectively, to cross the finish line anyway. It's could you lose in the AFC Championship game? And I would be saying it's a successful season for sure.
Would you?
Yeah, I think so.
See, I'm going to go on the other side and say it's disappointing. Like the buildup of how hard it is to do what the Denver Broncos are doing, knowing that this year is not going to be like next. Like you're dealing with human beings, and it's not like the NBA where you build these battle scars and you build up for it. It's, hey, that next year you can come from winning 14 games to not making the playoffs. I mean, look what the Cincinnati Bengals did, where they got to the Super Bowl, should have won it. That next year, I don't think they went to the playoffs. So it's one of these things where the time is now. Everything is going right for you. You are able to stay healthy. The defense is holding up. You may not have VJ here next year. You may not have a couple players here next year. All right, Bo Nix is getting better, and yes, he's our franchise quarterback. He's going to be here for years to come, but here's the thing. He's on a rookie deal.
Right.
You don't have to pay him.
Right.
And that means you can pay everybody else. So right now it is the time, and you have the team to do it. You have the special teams and the kicker to do it, and the coach who has done it before. And if you don't get to a Super Bowl, I'm not saying win it, guys. Getting there, knowing what the Denver Broncos have done, have been undefeated at home, I'd say it would be a disappointment, and it would be a gut punch. Because we all have this anticipation that we are going to get there. And so are those players in that locker room. They believe that they can get there. And if they don't, man, that would hurt.
Well, the windows in sports are such a tricky thing. Such a tricky thing. And I'm thinking of the Avalanche. Failing to get out of the second round since they won the Cup.
Man.
I'm thinking of the Denver Nuggets with a 20-point lead on their home floor in a Game 7. Dude, if they won that game, I am convinced they are beating the Boston Celtics in the NBA championship. Convinced of it. And I'll never change my mind on that. And will they get a chance like that again? I don't know. Oklahoma City is the definition of a juggernaut. All right?
You're talking about the Spurs.
The Spurs are coming. They might be here now. I believe they have a three-man core that will win a championship. So I'm hoping we don't look back at some of these windows with the Avs and saying, man, you really lost that Game 7, against Dallas.
Yeah.
Man, you really blew the largest Game 7 lead in NBA history, and you never got back. And hopefully that's not the case. And I'll use my Buffalo Bills, man. They had such a golden opportunity, up 13 seconds in Arrowhead. Will you ever be in that position again? Probably not. And with that team, because this Bills team right now is like the 4th best Bills team of the Josh Allen era. So to your point, like if you're the Broncos, this isn't the NBA. Like, you do have a team. You do have a healthy team, all things considered.
And how long is Baltimore going to be out? How long is Kansas City going to be down and out? How long is the Buffalo Bills going to be down and out? Like, do you really want to wait and see?
Right.
When you're on top?
It feels like the seas have sort of parted here for the Broncos, and their Moses is putting down his staff, and that sea is just
walk through.
Man, and it's going to come through Denver if things go accordingly in these last 3 games, and the odds suggest it. Certainly,
a hostile environment, altitude,
dude. If Sunday's Packers game was any indication, and you and I were both in the building for it, if it's any indication, I cannot imagine what that divisional round is going to feel like, is going to sound like.
We always say euphoric.
Yeah,
it's going to feel like.
Yeah, euphoric for sure. and again, I have had the incredible privilege and have been blessed to be in the building for some incredible sports environments doing this job, and it's never lost on me. But I have never been to a Broncos playoff game, ever. I've never been to any NFL playoff game. So I don't know.
But we know this. This is a golden opportunity for the Denver Broncos to strike while it's hot. Then for the Denver Broncos to get to the Super Bowl. Winning it's one thing. It's gonna be what it's gonna be once you get there. But getting there, this is the time to do it. The time is now. Sean knows it. It's a race. It's a race. And he has been the one to say the next year you turn that puzzle piece over and you restart.
Yep.
Man, that would have to suck when you're that close. You're that close and you don't end up winning. And actually my teammate, Chidobe Awuzie, all right, was in the Super Bowl, was with the Bengals.
Right.
And it was at the end there, and he had that interception. And looking back at it, and after the game, I said, man, how'd you feel about that? And he said, it sucks because we didn't win, because nobody remembers the loser. We did all that work, and we're coming home with nothing.
Yeah. You become a trivia question.
That's it.
Isn't that crazy? And
nobody talks about it.
No, and that's just the way that bottom line sports work, pro sports. The winner is a legend and is immortalized and gets remembered forever. The loser, you're an answer to a trivia question.
It.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
It's fickle. It's very fickle like that. To finish off these odds, the chance that the Broncos win in the AFC Championship game and make it to the Super Bowl is 26%. Broncos currently have the 3rd best Super Bowl odds at 8-1. Everyone's been slow to come around this Broncos team, even the odds makers. The chance that, again, according to ESPN's Football Power Index, chance that the Broncos win the whole damn thing is 12%. And you could say that's too high, too low. That's just what the numbers currently are. And it's getting real. I mean, it's getting real. The Broncos are being discussed coast to coast. Seeing is believing. No one quite saw this coming, except for maybe one man, Sean Payton, and maybe Cecil Lammey. Super Bowl 60 is theirs till it's not.
Dynasty. Painting that picture. Sean Payton painting that picture for his team, and now has everybody believing. Not just the players in that facility, the coaching staff, the lunch lady, you name it, whoever else is in there, but us fans, all of us believe we can do it. Crazy.
It really
is. One
is.
man's vision can help with everybody else's vision now. We all see clearly, Sean, that we have a chance to win it.
Man, you know who's got to be so salty? Like, so salty about this whole thing.
Don't you say Russ.
Russell Wilson. I'm serious. He came here with his chest puffed out, with the Super Bowl
wearing
trophies. Wearing his own jersey. What a cornball. With the Lombardi trophy spray painted on his shoes, saying he's going to win 3 or 4 more. Want to feel the chill of that trophy. And man, and Sean says we'd rather eat the largest dead cap in the history of the sport.
They're still eating it.
And they're still eating it. And to have you go away, we're going to draft Bo Nix, who was, you go back to some of those pre-draft conversations, and the opinions about Bo.
Or that one guy that you got on with. I'll never forget that one, Zach. That one story where you and explain it a little bit.
I got asked to be a guest on ESPN radio, and the host at the time, this was before last season, said, I just want to tell you and everyone in Denver, there's no chance that Bo Nix is going to be a franchise quarterback. And I said, well, hold on a second. I'm not telling you that he is, but I'm also not going to sit here and say what he's not going to be. And he said, I'm just telling you, I watched him play at Auburn. And this is someone who's like got a national platform. And I gave him real pushback. And just of like, why would you put a ceiling on someone before they ever even start? I don't know how this is going to turn out, but Sean Payton is put a big bet on Bo. And they never really circle back.
No, you're still looking for him. You're still looking for him.
So, and again, I wasn't pounding my chest saying Bo Nix is going to be a franchise, but I just wasn't saying he's definitely not going to be. That's a foolish take.
But you came around. Welcome to the brotherhood.
I did. Welcome to the brotherhood, brother. Hey, you talk about. It's kind of in this vein a little bit, but it's a guy I really, really love, truly. Wait until you hear one of the craziest month-over-month switch-ups involving two people, Bo Nix and Colin Coward. You'll hear it next.
The win streak rolls on. Bo Nix in the offense came alive and led the Broncos to a victory over Green Bay. Has Sean Payton established an identity that can lead the Broncos to Super Bowl 60? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3, The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if more reliable didn't mean more expensive? With Xfinity, you can get reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi for less. We're talking intelligent gig-speed Wi-Fi for $50 a month. This holiday season through January 4th, Xfinity is offering their best price on gig-speed Wi-Fi, guaranteed for 5 years. No contracts, no strings attached. You could save $3,000 over Verizon and AT&T. Imagine getting super fast Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years. Get everything you need from Xfinity, their best Wi-Fi equipment, and even unlimited data, all included at their best price. Get ready to be wowed by your Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary. Savings based on promo and post-promo prices for 1 gig internet, 1 unlimited line, and Peacock Premium versus Verizon 1 gig internet and AT&T 1000 internet and 1 unlimited starter SL line.
Life happens, and then debt happens. Your laptop dies when you need it most. A hospital bill hurts more than an injury. Enter End Credit Union with a free debt consultation and a plan built just for you. Ent is here to help you break the debt cycle and get your finances on track. Debt happens. Ent helps. Schedule your free consultation at ent.com/coaching. Standard account and credit qualifications apply.
The West isn't just a place, it's a feeling. And this January 10th through the 25th, the National Western Stock Show presented by Common Spirit Health brings the heart of the West to Denver. So saddle up for 16 days of rodeo action, family fun, and championship lifestyle. This is where tradition meets excitement. This is who we are. We are the West. Tickets available at nationalwestern.com.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Okay. Only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There. The last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.
Enjoy this run to the playoffs and be safe when you're going to the games or to parties. If you do get into an accident, make the right call to Flanagan Law. While the other guys blend in, I stand out. Look for the Shamrock. Flanagan Law, your advocate when you need it most.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces UCCS with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3.
At the end of the last segment, and we'll get to the Colin Coward stuff here in just a second, but at the end of the last segment, you just recalled a national radio hit I did on ESPN.
Yeah.
After the draft of Bo Nix and some of the stuff that was being said. And there was a host on ESPN, former athlete. If I said his name, you guys would know. And he basically was dumping on the idea that the Broncos could potentially have a franchise quarterback in Bo Nix. He actually called it cute. And
damn,
I was, not going to take that laying down, and so I gave him real pushback, and we were going at it on national radio. Yeah. And we played it on the show. We played it on this show. And I don't know how you did it, but you were like, dude, we went to an Avs game And it was on a night where Val Nichushkin had a hat trick against the Winnipeg Jets, and we were both in the building. And we must have drove down together.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And during the drive, my high school basketball coach called me and told me he was proud of me for the way that I wouldn't just lay down for this guy and stuck up for myself. And he's like, you made great points, and that guy sounded like an idiot after the conversation was done.
Yeah.
But you piece together the date. And so we're trying to, and who knows, we'll be able to find it, but we're trying to find our show and the audio saved from April 27th, 2024, where this ESPN personality called it cute that Denver, Colorado could believe before he ever had a snap in a rookie minicamp. It was cute that Denver believed that they could potentially have their quarterback because it was Bo. And so if we find it, I promise we'll play it and we'll say the name of the guy. But until we do, we'll just kind of keep it at that. Colin Coward is a name that everyone knows. And I have to tell you, I love Colin. He has been a great source of inspiration for years for me. And I look up to his professionalism and preparedness and all this stuff. And he's had just an incredible career. He's on the Mount Rushmore of sports talk hosts. But sometimes old Uncle Colin can get over his skis and just get a little bit carried away. All right? Listen to this switch up from our Uncle Colin. This is Colin Coward back on November 7th, so about 5 weeks ago, talking about Bo Nix.
Sean Payton is a very impatient guy. He also understands the urgency at quarterback, unlike a lot of coaches in this league. I wonder, because the roster, the O-line set, the D-line set, the pass rush, the receivers, would Sean Payton draft another quarterback? I'm dead serious. Bo Nix has regressed badly. His completion percentage is now towing that backup quarterback line from 66.5 to 60. His passer rating has plummeted, mid-90s to mid-80s. He's going to have more turnovers this year.
Now, I have to be honest. I was very critical of Bo. And in fact, and you were as well, we're just being honest about his level of play.
You have to be.
Yes.
You're critiquing the performance at the time.
Yes, that's right. But there's a difference of being critical of the performance and saying the Broncos are going to draft a new quarterback, or Sean Payton could draft a new quarterback and move on from Bo Nix after year number 2. And that's just getting a little bit carried away. Well, Colin, you talk about me coming around and saying he's a franchise quarterback. Old Colin went from, this is so great, he went from saying the Broncos could draft his replacement this spring to saying this about Bo Nix yesterday.
Bo Nix, in the last 2 years, is the only quarterback Green Bay's defense has faced that's thrown 4 touchdown passes to 4 different wide receivers. So too many people, I said this last week, have just sort of made up their mind on Bo Nix. I think he reminds me of a right-handed Steve Young. He is way, way more athletic than anybody gives him credit for. Dad was a coach, never gets sacked. Never gets sacked. I've said this about Caleb Williams. Doesn't throw many picks. Bo Nix never gets sacked. And since he's been in the NFL, he's 22-9 with more touchdown passes in that span than Matt Stafford. Okay? And Sean Payton, and remember this, Bo Nix is in a division with great defensive coordinators like Jesse Minter and Steve Spagnuolo. So Denver was down 9 in the third quarter, and they needed Bo Nix, the second-year quarterback from Oregon, to be a star. And that's exactly what Bo Nix was. 3 long drives, playmaking, rolling left, rolling right, deceptive, big-time throws up the sideline, great on fourth down. Again, 8 for 12 throwing downfield. That's always been the knock. Well, I didn't throw the ball down the field. Did yesterday against arguably the best defense he's faced all year. I don't know what he needs to do to impress people. I don't know what it is.
The audio just back-to-back makes it so funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I know when it comes to Colin, like, he's talking about these teams, like, every team, every single day. So my guessing is he doesn't remember this, or maybe he does.
He may not.
And he's taking, it's a hot take at that time. But now he's circling back talking about how Bo Nix is just probably the greatest thing since sliced bread is pretty insane to hear.
It is, and what makes it even funnier, and again, I love Colin, but he's calling out other people.
Yeah. Like, you were wrong. You were wrong. All the people that were wrong, stand up.
He's like,
Uncle Colin, you stand up too, buddy.
Yeah, he's like, these people, you guys need to start paying attention to Bo. It's like, wait, you just said the Broncos are considering drafting his replacement and moving on after year number 2, and now he's a right-hand Steve Young that people need to start paying attention to, and he's a star. Oh, man.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to take his advice. He'll turn around if it's the wrong one and say, I didn't tell you that.
It's, well, I'll say this too, what plays better, especially at the national level, is the extremes. And that's what's going to get aggregated. That's what's going to get clipped and clicked on and all this stuff. And when you share, opinions and strong opinions for 3 hours a day in his case, you're going to get stuff wrong. But this was a quick turnaround. This was 5 weeks ago.
Back in the day, I used to say 360. This is exactly what that looked like.
Yeah, yes.
It was a 180 for sure. 180 turnaround is crazy.
But you want to know what? We're having some fun with Uncle Colin, but it's rooted in good stuff because he is now, like most everyone is kind of championing the Broncos because at this point, you don't really have anywhere to turn. Like, at what point do they become believable to, people?
Well, if you don't believe in them now, you just don't want to. All right, you're considered what they would call a hater, which you still need them. There's always going to be doubt out there. But what the Denver Broncos are doing is real. They're beating any team that you've asked them to beat, they have beat. Now they're going to have a chance to beat the Chargers. The Chargers were able to beat them. They'll have a chance to get their get back. But you're talking about Green Bay Packers who could go to a Super Bowl. We beat them. Okay, Jacksonville, we can beat them. We beat the Kansas City Chiefs that everybody crowned. All right, so no matter who has been in the Denver Broncos' way, they've been able to get past them, beat them up pretty well, and move on. Denver Broncos are on a 11-game win streak, undefeated at home. When do we start to believe in them? When does everybody start to believe and just jump on the bandwagon?
Well, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. So, all right, great stuff. Have some fun with Colin Coward. Looking back, what did we learn today in Denver sports? That's how we'll finish up next.
The Broncos went toe-to-toe with the Packers and walked away with their 11th straight win. Has the path been cleared for Denver to secure the #1 seed in the AFC? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, boy Steve here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-944-33, 720-944-33. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Happy holidays from Done Right Home Improvements. Putting off that home makeover till after the holidays? Well, good, because book your project now for install after and save 16% or get a great financing deal. DRHI.com.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical personal injury firm. Our lawyers have argued and won at the United States Supreme Court. We've gone head-to-head with giant corporations like Uber and Amazon, and we've helped clients recover billions in verdicts and settlements. We bring that same firepower to every case, no matter the size. When you've been injured, having the right lawyer matters. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket ahead of the holidays. That's possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane, in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call now before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and White Claw at Mile High Station on Sunday, December 21st from noon to 2:05 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and White Claw. White Claw, grab life by the claw.
Guys, this is Christine from Beau Visage Skincare and Spa. The holiday is almost here, but there's still time to buy that special woman a gift package at Beau Visage. Whether you buy a European facial, soothing massages, or another of our fabulous services, I guarantee at Beau Visage she'll be pampered in luxury, all at very competitive prices. Plus, it's easy shopping. Call 303-779-5002 or bvspa.com. That's bvspa.com.
The giving machines are open now through the new year in the Cherry Creek North Holiday Market on 2nd Avenue and Fillmore Street. An inspiring way to participate in the act of service that lifts our neighbors locally, globally, and blesses people on both sides of the glass. Touch lives with one touch.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. You know, in the game of life, our most valuable asset is our health.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment on a Tuesday. And stopping by, friend of the show, the scrappy one, the scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will?
What up, boys? Scrappy!
Man, I got to give a tip of the cap to Dante Gomez and Drew Spivak behind the glass. Dude.
For doing their job. They barely do
it. So these guys went back. So Will, just to set this up the right way, and for someone just jumping in. After Bo Nix got drafted, I went on ESPN radio as a guest, and the guy on the air, former athlete, was like dumping on Bo Nix. And dumping on the idea that people in Denver, Colorado could believe that this guy was going to work out. I believe he actually called it cute. And he had already seen the future, and this was going to be a disaster. But I tried to stand up a little bit for Denver, or the idea that why is this story over before it even starts? Like, you have some crystal ball. So we kind of went at it on national radio, and dude, you pieced it together with your memory on when it exactly happened, and coincided it with me and you going to a Avs playoff game together, and Dante behind the glass. Just somehow, some way, between him and Drew, went back a couple years and found the audio. Now, we can't play it on the air for reasons that I'm not going to bore you with, but I can try to repurpose it on social media. So
we'll follow ZB.
You might see it in the next 24 hours. Hit me up. I'm pretty much buys line at all these channels: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. So yeah. How are you, Will?
I'm great, man. Can't wait to hear this.
It's going to be fun listening back because this guy had it all figured out. And I wasn't telling anyone Bo was going to be a franchise quarterback. I was just like, I think it's weird that you're just saying it's a non-starter. And blah, blah, blah. We went on. What are you hot on today, Will?
Man, I am Team Phil today, Zach.
Yes,
Team
finally.
Phil. Got a baby bone to pick with you, my
What are we
guy.
talking about?
Well, you guys are talking about expectations for the Broncos this season. And I think you said it best. With new information, things change. And you're sitting here telling me if they lose in the AFC title game, you're going to be okay with it. And it's going to be a successful season. And, Zach, I can't get there, man. I think Phil nailed it. The AFC is wide open. You got to seize full M&M. You got to seize moments, seize opportunities, right? Lamar Jackson may be on his couch. Patrick Mahomes is going to be on his couch. Joe Burrow is going to be on his couch. It's Josh Allen and a bunch of guys. And not that they're not great, but they haven't been in the Elite Four the last 6 years, and 3 of the 4 aren't going to be in the dance.
We call them the Jags. Just a guy?
Just a guy, Stephen A. Or not Stephen A. Smith. Steve Smith, Jerry Jeudy, infamous in Arrowhead. But Zach, it was my column this morning at DenverSports.com. It now officially feels like the Broncos can win the Super Bowl. I can't sit here and tell you a loss at home in an AFC title game is going to be good enough. It'll open up old wounds of what happened about 18 years ago, Jake Plummer, against the Pittsburgh Steelers here.
Yes.
The Broncos were going to have to go to Indy. And the Steelers did you a huge favor and put that game in Denver. And that AFC title game, while it doesn't sting as much as the 2012 divisional round against the Ravens, it's definitely right up there. And because the Seahawks were on the other side, a mediocre Seahawks team. Wasn't that Matt Hasselbeck?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Broncos would have been world champions that year. So that's where I'm Team Phil. I think my expectations have shifted. Santa Clara or bust. I'm not going to be able to say an AFC title game is a successful year for Denver.
Well, yeah, you know what, and I didn't anticipate us having that conversation. We just sort of organically got there, and that's totally fine. And look, you make a lot of sense, and especially like when you start talking about the field, and the seas have really parted here for the Broncos, and the Broncos are not supposed to be doing what they're doing. I mean, like, quite literally, almost no one saw this level of success.
No, but they can be a lightning in a bottle champion, and that's what they found.
Is lightning 1,000%, 1,000%.
And you don't see those kind of champions in basketball in particular.
You never see it.
Hockey, if you get a hot goalie, maybe, but the NFL, you do see it.
You do,
and maybe it's just their year. And that's why I think reaching the Super Bowl, provided they get the 1 seed, which they should, that's got to be the expectation.
And reaching the Super Bowl and losing, that could be viewed, in your opinion, a successful season?
It depends on the opponent, yeah. Yeah, I think, if a surprise... Yeah, if it's the Rams, of course. But could a surprise team come out of the NFC? Yeah. And if you're staring down the 49ers as a 7 seed with all their injuries, and they're a great team.
They're tough, yeah.
Then you can win that football game. I don't think anyone from the NFC South's getting there. I don't think the Eagles are getting there. So it's really what? Rams, Seahawks, Niners? Is it really just the NFC West? Man, I guess Green Bay, but the Micah Parsons thing, and I don't trust Chicago, and Detroit's about to get eliminated.
What about, are we collectively, not you right now, but are we collectively writing off the reigning Super Bowl champions?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on fraud watch, man.
But see, this is the thing. They're
the reigning champions, and then you play 60-minute games still with that defense. If
Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP.
Do you think the Eagles can come out of the NFC? I don't see it. I don't see it.
I can see it because I just saw it.
with a much better football team.
And I got you. But in a one-off setting, I just wonder if we're collectively just putting them in their grave just a little bit too early. Like someone's going to have to line up and play that defense. And so would I pick them to come out? No, I wouldn't. I'd pick the Rams, just like it sounds like you guys would. But
would you be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles found their way in the Super Bowl?
I would be.
I wouldn't be shocked if the team that just won the Super Bowl was representing the AFC back in the Super Bowl. And who'd they beat on their way? They beat the Rams. And who just got hurt? Devontae Adams. 14 touchdowns in 14 games. You could multiply the next touchdown producer by 2, and it's not 14.
Yeah, he would burn Riley Moss in the Super Bowl.
Listen to you. You are, oh my gosh.
Hater alert.
I mean, I put PS2 on Puka, and then I'd be holding my breath.
If Riley Moss is hanging off a cliff, and so is Chris McFarland, you have to save one. Like, who are you saving? You hate these people.
What about that, Natchez?
Yes.
Not Natchez' fault who he got traded for, Phil. I've said that 100 times.
Oh,
my God.
By the way, did you see your boy Miko take out Darcy Kemper last night?
He's just taking out everybody.
They won a cup together.
Crazy. Miko, he's on a mean streak this year. And so are you. All right, Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
For the second straight season, the Broncos are headed to the postseason. Under the leadership of Greg Penner, Sean Payton, and George Payton, the Broncos have reestablished themselves as legitimate contenders. Say it loud, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos are back. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. What if you could use the equity in your home to get cash fast? With no appraisal, zero hassle, and less waiting with Cake? You can. The Cake Fast Cash program is like turning your home into your ATM. People are using it to pay off high-interest debt, do renovations, tackle student loans, or cut monthly bills by hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The best part? Your current mortgage rate won't change. With Cake, you also get peace of mind. We're AAA rated by the Better Business Bureau and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked Cake Fast Cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com for thousands of 5-star reviews.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.